another episode of With the Chiefs.
Wait. Man, I need more rest.
I hope I've got your last name right there.
It's a very good pronunciation.
You should know better than that now, Donald.
I know.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do much this week. So.
2 runs to review.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to another episode of With the Chiefs. Today, we're very lucky to be joined by Georgia Barr. Georgia is a very talented athlete who's already run some incredibly fast times. She's an active member of the Delta running community. Her personal bests include 82.41 in the half marathon at Melbourne Half and 36.06 in the 10K at a race I couldn't find.
Sydney 10.
Sydney 10.
Mind
Sydney
you,
10.
that was the year where I'm pretty sure it was like
Oh, the fast year.
9.7K.
Oh, no, that's my PB.
Oh, sorry. I mean, it was 10.3.
That's my... Wasn't it longer on recently as well?
I
in-
think
they got
this
it
year
certified.
it was certified.
Yeah.
So it was a bit longer.
Yeah.
Which, like, let's just call it even. Like
Yeah.
9.7, 10 point... We'll just call it 36.30 or something. It's like official.
No, I think it's still like, it's a 10K race. It's good enough.
Yeah. I've just been chasing that time ever since, though. And it's
Some
just
people
Yeah.
have a real gripe with that though. Like, they're like, nah, what are you doing? Like,
as
that's
in,
not
like,
your PB.
it's short.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
a couple of people would say, no, that's not your PB.
Oh, definitely. Even
Yeah.
I think that inside. Like, it's not
Oh,
real.
really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I reckon
Yeah.
it's fine.
I'd like to believe that's my PB.
Yeah.
On that course.
I just think, like, courses get a really bad rep for that, though.
Yeah.
Like, when they'd be like, oh, I'm racing Sydney 10. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, well, it doesn't really count because it's like a short race.
Yeah.
You know? It's kind of
Yeah.
like triathlons, how all of their, like,
Yeah.
half marathons are like 20.6K. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, it's
Yeah.
not
Triathlon's a
really.
bit of a joke, yeah. Oh, their runs, there's just, ridiculous. Like,
Triathlon's a bit of a joke.
no, just the way they measure their courses and stuff. Like, I don't know.
No, that's fair. I'm just kidding.
Have you ever had any triathletes on?
Not yet.
We had Nathan Breen on.
Nathan Breen, he was
And
going.
I was talking shit about cyclists. And I was like as in a joke. It was a joke.
No, triathletes
About the
good.
bay.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I was,
Oh, they suck at the bay, though.
Yeah,
But then I was
frustrating.
like, cyclist here.
No, Nathan Breen was legend.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah. And
That's it for triathletes, I think. Oh, no, James Scanlon.
James Scanlon, yeah. Also,
Old
I don't know any of those
Ultraman.
people.
yeah, Ultraman.
Wasn't Buzz talking last week about that event that has 3 back-to-back full Ironmans?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
Ultraman. Yeah.
Nah.
It's crazy. But it's over like 3 days or something.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like swim. There's like a 10K swim and then a bike on day 1. Then there's like a huge bike on day 2.
Oh.
And there's like a 80K run day 3.
Oh, so it's not...
It's the 3-day,
It's
yeah.
just a double Ironman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not like you do...
Back to back to back.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that might be an event that I just don't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Time I forget to turn the coffee machine off. Damn it. I was going to set a reminder in my phone to turn the
Is it
coffee
like
machine
making
off.
its own coffee?
No, it's turning itself off and making a lot of noise. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's the idea. Anyway, I don't even think I finished the intro.
Sorry.
Yeah, continue.
No, but that's the intro. That's good. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
We normally start with training update, so I'll throw to Dom.
Yeah, well, I'll keep it quick because it was not my best week this week. I think last week I had a wedding and then the late night kind of just threw out my routine a bit. And then, went to the ballet. I said that before, first time to go into the ballet. But that was like a late night as well because it goes for forever, the ballet.
How long does it go for?
It went for like 3 hours. But
3 hours?
didn't
That's a long
start
time.
didn't start till like 7:30, so it doesn't finish till like 10:30.
It's tough when you normally go to bed early as well.
Yeah, well, it's like a work night as well, so
Yeah.
didn't get to bed till like I don't know, close to midnight really.
Yeah.
But it was good fun. Would recommend going to the ballet. Yes, enjoyed it.
Missing.
Very convinced you're about to go get a ticket. What did you enjoy about it?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, just cool. Like very like impressive athletes and really interesting stuff. It was good.
Cool.
Good music. Good experience. Just a bit long is the only critique, but
I don't think they're going to take your feedback.
Yeah.
Well, when the ballet listens to this podcast,
Exactly.
But yeah, that was another late night, and then I just felt like exhausted all week. So running kind of took a bit of a back seat, but that's all right. Yesterday I was kind of like, okay, got to get back on track with this, and went to Anytime Fitness and signed up for a gym membership.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you get a contract?
It's actually really reasonable. Like last time me and
What was
Smitty.
it?
Yeah.
It was an 18-month contract that I used twice.
Yeah. Last time we signed up, we signed up like an 18-month contract, and then it was like massive like cancellation fee and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But,
that's how they lock you in. It's scary.
yeah. This one was really good though. It's like $20 a week, and it's a 2-month like period, and then you can just extend it on for as long as you want.
Really?
That's really
Which is
good.
like it. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, this is like
There's
so
a
good.
big gripe with gym is locking in for 12 to 18 months.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm with Anytime in Manly when I moved back, and because I wanted it for the locations.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's just like, even if you want to shower like near work
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But they locked me in for 12 months or something.
Yeah.
At like more than that, like
Oh, really?
$21 or $22 a week or
Yeah,
something.
I think the girl on the desk like did me a deal or something. She was like, "I'll give
They
you like
can do
the
everything.
student rate,
Yeah.
and yeah, you get like the first month free, so I don't have to pay anything until like next year."
That's good. Did you go in like, I want a deal?
No,
I've been
John's like, I'm not leaving here.
I want
Give
a
me a
fucking
deal.
deal. I used this membership 3 times last time.
I was very wary of it, but she came at me with the deal, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, like let's
Must
go."
be like something they're running at the moment.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did that, and then did a little session in the gym on the treadmill, which was good. It was 1K on, 1K off. But it was like the stinking hot day yesterday.
That was yesterday you did it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was just like sweating everywhere. Had to give the treadmill a good clean afterwards.
Even inside it was hot.
Yeah, it's just that it's kind of like the standard gym hot, where
Yeah.
you know how like in the gym
Just
it just
sticky.
gets sticky.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then jumped on the Stairmaster as well for a bit. Would recommend the Stairmaster. It's the first time ever doing it. It's a bit kind of scary, like because
Scary?
it's moving.
Oh, the altitude. You're up high. It's
It's up high. No, it's just like a new
a
skill.
meter off the ground.
It's hard.
Oh.
Meanwhile, I'll go on the Stairmaster and be like, well, fuck. Oh, shit.
No, it was a bit like, I don't know, iffy kind of. There was a couple of times where I like tripped on the step.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, shit.
that gets you.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen you on a skateboard, Dom. Not good.
So I did that. That was like the one run of the week, and then this morning I got out for a long run, and turned that into a bit of a session as well. I think like I need to have something to think about when I'm running, especially if I'm running on my own for a long run. So I went to Centennial and did like a white fence, and then jogged the Turbo Triangle. So it was like an effort around the white fence, and then jog around the triangle. Did that 3 times, and then went to Lock Ave and ran up that 10 times.
That's a huge session, right?
It
Yeah.
was big, yeah, 28 Ks.
Holy crap. Like including warm up and cool down.
Yeah, it was just a quick warm up. Warm up was like, I think 2K warm up, 2K cool down. So it was good. It was quality. And I think like, even though I've had a crap week, like I didn't run at all, getting a session in yesterday and a long run today, it's still maintaining fitness. Like I still feel okay, which is good.
And that's where like the bulk of your mileage comes from usually anyway.
Yeah, so I think I still did like 40 Ks.
Yeah.
Which is not bad.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, that's where we're at. I think gym membership back on track. It's good to kind of have a bit of an incentive to get out the door.
Yeah.
Like you're paying for it. So
Yeah.
I also think it's like a mindset thing. Like if you go to the gym, you're like, all right, I'm going to do strength. Like I used to do it in my garage at home.
Yeah.
And I'd get there and I'd like half do it. And then my dog would be there and I'd be like, oh, you're so cute. Hello. And I'd like give it a pat. And then
Yeah.
20 minutes later, I'm like, oh, fuck, I've done 2 squats. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I
100%.
mean? But if you go, you have like,
you're in that environment, like everyone's
Yeah.
watching you, or
Yeah.
well, no one's watching you, but everyone's around. It feels like everyone's watching you.
It does.
Especially when you're on the Stairmaster.
Yeah.
This guy's going to fall off.
No, I felt very self-conscious on the stairmaster because you're up above everyone. It's like
It's actually hard.
it is. Yeah,
Like the big step up to get on it is
Yeah.
actually quite.
it's
Yeah.
hard. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talk a big game.
Yeah.
The same thing.
But yeah, I want to try and get on the Stairmaster a bit more with UTA next year. So
True. Yeah.
but,
Which distance?
100.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Should be interesting.
You came 5th last time, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Sucked in everyone a bit.
Yeah.
No. Looking forward to UTA next year.
There's heaps of stairs on that course, right?
Exactly, yeah. So real Stairmaster territory.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a training update.
So why didn't you run till Saturday? You just
The ballet.
Yeah, the ballet.
He was too mesmerised.
Ballet,
About
Christmas
changing
party.
sport.
I felt like like the whole routine was kind of disrupted and just mentally wasn't in the best place probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that was kind of rock bottom, and lucky it only lasted like a week. I think in the past I've kind of just thrown the towel in and have had like big periods of time off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was good. Back on track.
Even once
Ready
you
to go.
lose like a small bit of momentum, it's like hard to...
Yeah.
It's even hard to like get back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then once you do,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's hard at the moment as well for me. Like I'm not really training for anything. So like that motivation isn't really there. And it's Christmas. There's plenty of stuff going on. It's easy to get
silly
distracted.
season. Yeah.
But yeah, back into it. Ready to go.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. What about you, Georgia?
This week was like somewhat normal in the way that my training played out. But obviously like my training's changing a little bit coming up to like a trail race compared to road. So this week is the first week I've kind of felt that difference, I think. Like with my coach Buzz putting like a lot of long runs back to back, which I haven't ever really done before. And I think that they were on like the weekend, which just cooked me. But anyway, I'll get to that. So Monday was like hour easy. That's pretty typical of Mondays. Gym in the evening, at any time as well. Tuesday we did a session. So Delta, I'll go to Delta every week. Like that's kind of one of my stipulations with my training that I told Buzz at the start as well. Like even if I'm training for like, I don't know, UT 100 or whatever, which is, you wouldn't really train on FOD for that.
Yeah.
I just always want to be there because I just love it.
Yeah.
And we did 7 by K, which was good. Me and Amy O'Halloran did like just really controlled reps, which I think
That's
was
hard.
Yeah, I think it was good for us though, because like both of us probably have the tendency to be like, oh, just keep up with like the boys and like we'll be fast enough, it'll be fine. And then we get to like the 5th or 6th rep and we're like, ooh, like not at the same level. But yeah, it was good. Another thing I've noticed with my training is Buzz like keeps telling me to hold it back a little bit. And he was like, oh, do like each of the K reps at 3:45. So I was like, oh fuck. Like, oh, that's so annoying. But you get there and like, you always do it like a few seconds quicker. So they're like 3:40s. Yeah. And I finished it and I was like, oh, I feel great.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's probably why he does it, to be fair. But anyway, so it was good. Wednesday, I did gym in the morning. I usually do my MLR in the morning, but I swapped it. And I did that at night after work, which like was a game changer. Like I usually feel crap on my MLRs. Yeah. I felt great.
So you felt good in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Just like the extra rest or?
I think so. And like, I just think my like mind and body had more time to wake up throughout the day.
Yeah. I love running in the afternoon.
Yeah. Like I think I'm in two minds. Like I hate it because I dread it the whole day. Yeah. But then I love it because I just feel so much better. But, it was a bit of a unique day because I went out to the office in Castle Hill, and like to go out there you've got to leave at like 7. So I was doing the maths and I was like, fuck, I'd have to start running at 4:30. And I was like, oh, I just don't feel like doing that. And then I ended up getting some company with some people I work with in the afternoon anyway, so it was good. Thursday, hour easy. And then Friday, what did I do Friday? Oh yeah, I swapped my long run from Sunday to Friday.
What?
Well, it was meant to be on Saturday, and then it was a whole thing.
On Friday and was like, is it Sunday already?
Yeah, I got up. It's so funny.
It was a proper long run as well.
Yeah, because I had like, it was 27k with like an 8k pickup in the middle of it, and I was like, oh, that's going to be a killer on Saturday, which is when I was going to change it to originally. Yep. Because the heat. So I got up on Friday and did it, and I managed to drag like a couple of people out. So Froy was going to come, but he was sick, so he didn't. But Georgie Gibson was there, another girl at training, and Josh Mackrell came on the bike, which was good. But like you wake up and you're like, I don't know if I'm ready to like run a long run today. Like I don't know about
like
you
Friday.
guys.
Yeah.
It's like before work. It's just shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was good to get it done. It's still very hot though.
Yeah.
And I felt relatively crap on that, but it's all right. Then Saturday I did 18k easy, and I just like purposely pulled it back because it was so warm. So
That's
that
a
was
pretty
like,
big backup after
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, that's what I was like, sort of like, that's what I meant when I said those back-to-back long runs. Like, I think the point is just, I mean, you'd know, like trying to run on tired legs.
Yeah.
Which is good, but you just get to that second long run, and even though it's easy, you don't have to like go quick or whatever. It's still just, you just feel lethargic.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Is it like MLR after the session or worse? Or
Same thing, I guess. Yeah.
Just that tiredness, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I guess you'd be pretty much equally fatigued from 27k at a decent pace as like a 10k volume session, way faster.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty rough, but that's all right. And then I went to work after, which is just so shit. I was like, I texted my boss and I was like, can I have Saturday off? And he was like, nope. It was obviously UTK this weekend, and working at a running store, all of us like do those events. So there was no one really to cover it. But that's right. I got an hour late start, and I just rolled in and had a coffee, sat down for a while.
Once you get started.
Yeah. And it's not like a tough job. It's just standing on your feet and being like enthusiastic with like in a retail job is not always the easiest thing when you're tired. But it was nice because all of that was pretty like hard to get through. But then this morning I just had 10k easy.
Yep.
Which was so nice to wake up on a Sunday and like not have a long run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the pickup on the Friday?
Yeah, not great. Yeah. I think like I felt good to start with. You know those weeks that you have where you feel better jogging than you usually do?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like I used to jog really quickly, and then I started jogging really slowly. And then I just can't find, like, even 5-minute Ks at the moment for me just like feels like that grey zone.
Yeah.
It's not super easy, but it's not hard. But it's like, anyway, I was like feeling all right at that pace this week, which is good. So I did 14k of that, and then the 8k pickup.
Yep.
But I've been analysing it, and I think I know where it went wrong. I think I took my gel too close to it.
Okay.
Like, it kind of got to like 13.3k, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm meant to start in 700 meters. Like, I should probably take my gel now. So I took it. It was like caffeinated. It was pretty warm by then, and it just like did not sit very well. And the pickup was meant to be at like 4:15s.
Yep.
And I've never really run at that pace, like, because I've never done, a road marathon or like
Yeah, that's a real grey area, like that pace.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 3-hour marathon pace, I guess, so I would like want to feel comfortable at that. And I just didn't know whether to expect it to feel hard or easy. And I was like, so I started, and then like, it was like 4:03. I was like, oh fuck, that's a bit quick. So I slowed down. And then it's like 4:25, and you're like, holy shit. But no, it's good. I was like, oh, I'm going to call out the splits every time because Georgie was behind me. And then it just got all over the place. And at 3k, like my gel came up, and I was like, oh no, this is looking so rough. So I just stopped calling out the splits and was like, I'll just go off feel and like feel like I'm running hard, but not like at effort. If that makes sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like the cool down was like pretty average, to be honest. It was like 32 degrees by then. And we'd run like 24k and had to finish it off till 20, I think we did 28.7 or so in the end. So it was good. Yeah. Like I'm not used to running those distances, so it's pretty new to me, but
yeah, would have been, sorry, what are you going to say?
Oh, I was saying it's like, it's hard like when you've got a job for the session, like yelling out splits or something like that. But it's kind of good too. It makes you feel a bit more kind of responsible. And
totally.
I
like it.
Yeah. It puts a bit of pressure on yourself almost to...
Yeah. But then when you feel crap, it's like, oh, now I'm letting...
I gotta rally here.
Yeah, or like now I'm letting people down. You know what I mean? I think Georgie behind me was kind of like, oh, like Georgie will be fine doing this pace. And I was like, yeah, no worries. Like,
you got expectation now.
Yeah, and I was like, I'll be fine. And then I was like, doing 420s. I was like, whoa, why does this feel so hard?
Yeah.
Like,
I've been in quite a few long runs with Dom.
Yeah.
Being like, I don't know if I'm going to get through this.
Yeah.
Especially at that, it's meant like it's marathon pace or a little bit like slower.
Yeah.
And then that still, when you're like 10K or 15K in, it starts to feel like hard.
Yeah.
And when you got like training, obviously you got training load as
Yeah.
well. So
Totally.
Yeah.
and then mentally you're like, am I that fit? Or I don't know.
Yeah.
You're just like, but you just got to get through it, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I've never done like long runs with efforts in the middle of it, which I know that's a massive thing for marathon training and stuff like that. Even halves, but I've just never trained for a half like that. Like I've done long tempos, but it's kind of been as a session. So like I'll do a warm up in a different shoe and then change shoes and all that crap. But like when you're doing it in a long run, I just feel like there's less time to like make those little adjustments to make it easier. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's my week.
It was a good week. Yeah.
Yeah. How many Ks was that?
111, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And-
So it was, I think for the past like year, I would have been like around 115, 100, like 125 max, and then like a few weeks at like 90, 95 sort of thing. But I think that's also something I want to experiment with at the moment, mileage, just because like my body handles it, but I don't feel particularly great on a lot of my runs.
Yeah.
Just because I'm tired and like
Yeah. Well, there was like no rest day really, was there? Or?
No. But actually, that's also, I usually do doubles on my session days.
Okay.
And I don't know why. I'm sure there's method behind it, but Buzz has taken them out. So,
Did you enjoy the doubles?
I actually really like doubles.
Yeah.
Like, and I think you get accustomed to moving at the end of the day. And ever since I took up like an office job and you're sitting still all day, it actually feels really nice to shake it out. But I like, it was really hit or miss whether I felt good on them. Like it was more about just getting 6-ish K in the legs and
I remember doing, actually when I worked in retail, being on my feet all day, and then we used to go for a few long runs. I remember those being literally the worst. I don't know, it's almost the opposite of what you were describing, where I just feel terrible. I don't know, like energy levels, like feels like blood sugar or something, where my head's, I don't know.
No, that's so true. Like I remember when I first started working retail, my manager at the time was like, oh, like doubles after work get you so fit, or like running after work gets you so fit because you run on tired legs and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, maybe. I've never understood that. Like it just feel crap.
Yeah.
If I feel that shit on a run, I'm like, just, I feel so much in the morning, like even don't eat much in the morning before a run, just feel, I don't know, it just feels good. Maybe because I'm fresher or I'm so used to it at this point. I don't really run in the afternoon, but
that's another whole like category, like your gut with running in the afternoon as well. That's really hard.
Yeah, especially if I don't eat particularly well.
Yeah.
It's a bit dangerous sometimes. But
We've already had this conversation.
Okay, well, we didn't want to go there, but I'm all meant like energy levels. Like it's hard to like, like
definitely.
if you have like a big lunch, it's fine because you feel good until like 4.
Yeah.
But if you don't run till 5:30, you're like, well, I don't want to eat again because it's too close. But then if I do, like I just will feel heavy and stuff like that. So I don't know. I haven't quite figured that out, but yeah.
Do you feel like dizzy at all? Ever? I feel like dizzy sometimes.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
a lot, like when we were doing, because Tobias wanted to do doubles after the mystical Tobias. Hello,
I
Tobias.
don't think he's real. Like, I'm not,
This is like my imaginary friend. I just create duplicate Strava activities.
The Tobias episode was just Smitty putting on a voice.
I was wondering why there was no recording for that episode.
He doesn't listen anyway. What was I saying?
Tobias.
Because we started to do doubles, and it was after the session, so I felt like absolute shit. But also just something about energy levels. Like, I get to like 3K and I'm like, oh, you're kidding me. When it would only be like 7K run or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. A lot of people at work take gels, like just before their runs.
Yep.
But I don't know about that. Like
Gels.
Like in the afternoon just before a run.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's only like half an hour. You can kind of just tough it out.
Get through it. Yeah. But people do like proper like runs in the afternoon. Like some people do all their training in the afternoon.
Yeah, I do pretty much all my training in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's insane.
But I don't really run in the mornings.
Yeah.
So.
But I suppose with work, like for your commute, it would be way easier to do it in the afternoon.
Yeah. It's like you have to get up at like 5:30 if you want to go in the morning, and then it's just too much.
Yeah.
But should start running in the mornings more.
I tried to get you when you were staying here. We tried to go out in the mornings, and
no.
you're like, I'll be like, I'll just get it, wake up my phone, and be like, no,
Nope.
I'm not going. I'll be like, okay, I'll go on my own.
It's like not like it because you get tired, or
I think, I don't know. People say there's like different types of, I don't know, operators for like sleep-wise, like the morning owls and night larks or whatever it is.
yeah,
Or I don't know.
This is
I
the
think
chrono
it's
time
in
stuff.
Night owls.
night owl.
Morning larks.
Are you a certified night owl? You can do some test online. It
I
tells
don't know.
you.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, I don't know how they. Or my aura ring tells me that I'm like a morning person, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that's.
I thought you were going to start talking about star signs.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I know I'm a Taurus now. Apparently.
I could tell.
I can tell.
I remember. Anyway, this is not for it now.
I don't know.
I'm a
I feel like,
Taurus.
I feel like I'm definitely more of a night owl, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if that's a thing. It could just be bullshit, to be honest.
Oh, I feel like some people operate better at different times. Like
Yeah.
past 8 p.m, I'm no fun.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm really good from like 6 to 11. And then I just deteriorate.
I get like a second wind after like, if I'm working, I'll crash at lunchtime to like 3:30, and then like sometimes around 4 to 6, I've got like more energy. Yeah,
Maybe it's
I
because
don't
you
know.
have so much caffeine at 4:30.
Yeah, no, I barely.
And a beer at
and
the
a
same
beer
time.
and a sparkling water. It's kind of cancelling each other out, I think. But
The other one was, how many hours was your training week?
I don't know. I never look at hours.
Yeah.
But I think it's like 10 to 12.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. That's solid.
I'd kind of be guessing. I think it's around that.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
how long are the gym sessions?
Gym is like, I'd probably be in the gym for an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'd usually like do like, 5, 10, 15 minutes of like some sort of cardio. It's usually always the bike, because if I'm at the gym, I don't want to be on my feet, because
Yeah.
I like go there to not run, and like,
Yeah.
I almost like gym's almost relaxing to me. Like I kind of like the stretch, and I don't usually go that heavy, so it's like, I don't know, it's kind of nice. But and then I'll do whatever for 45 minutes or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And much running on the trails? Sorry.
No, which is like slightly concerning me, because it's kind of close. But I think the specific race that I'm doing, Tarawera 50, is not overly hilly, like compared to like some other courses. So I'm not that worried about it. I think if anything, like I just need to get on like fire trails more. But it's kind of hard to find ones that are flat enough around here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
have you guys done perimeter and long track in Terry Hills?
No.
No.
Yeah. Got to get out there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good, and it's super close to me. It's only like 20 minutes away. And that's like, you literally park at the end of a residential street in Terry Hills and just like jump straight onto the trail.
Right.
And there's just like a couple of forks that you can like take off to make it longer or shorter. And that's good. That's like maybe 500 meters over 25k,
Okay.
which would be like bang on Tarawera pretty much, which
That's
is
like what you
1,050.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I've done that a bit, but yeah, no like other real trails. I did one in the Blue Mountains a couple of weeks ago with some friends.
Yeah.
But that was brutal. That was like 34k, longest run I've ever done.
Oh, geez.
I was like,
Well, how would you feel towards the end of that?
yeah, pretty average. But we were training with my friend who actually just did Cozzy 100 yesterday.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and she
Oh,
like
wow.
fucking killed it. So,
Yeah.
but she like hiked the hills and stuff, because you'd obviously have to like
For 100Ks. Yeah.
approach it a bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a different type of running. Also, just seems like a different type of like sport and
It is.
environment.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, because you like switch between the two a fair bit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. The last 2 years has been more trail, but then I did Berlin, but still throwing in like road races here and there, like just 10k sort of stuff. But yeah, definitely like after my first trail race, I was like, oh my God, this is just a completely different sport.
Yeah.
And like so many different skill sets as well. Like some people are really good at climbing up hills.
Yeah.
Some people are really good at climbing down hills. Some people
Yeah.
are good at like on the flats. So
Yeah.
it's hard. There's like, so much stuff you got to train towards and be good at, like, but yeah, no, it's good
kind of
fun.
more interesting as a race as well, though, right? Because like whoever goes out there's no like front pack the whole time. I mean, there would be kind of, but like you could always get overtaken and stuff. Like I don't know. Whereas with running, I feel like you can always kind of predict like if you go out at a pace, you're usually trying to stay at that pace. There's no like I'm going to overtake you on the like Cahill Expressway. Like you just kind of stick in the same sort of groove. But yeah, I'm really excited for that reason though. And everyone kind of just seems a bit like nicer. I don't know.
I think like
you've talked about the vibe for trail running.
Oh, it's before. It's really good. Everyone's just like legends everywhere, and I think because the distance is like so hard and the race is so hard, like just getting through it is
like achievement in itself.
Yeah. And I think like everyone's kind of celebrating each other for getting it done rather than competing with each other more so on like road stuff. But even like in training for road stuff, everyone's kind of like a bit up against each other and pushing it in sessions and stuff like that. Whereas like trail training is just like get out, time on your feet sort of stuff. So, different attitude. Yeah,
and also a completely different form of training.
Yeah, way different. Yeah.
Like way more time consuming too.
Yeah, it does take up a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's good fun though.
Yeah, no, I'm excited.
Who did you say like you got completely humbled by because they were really good at one particular skill? I think it was like downhill running.
I think Matt Crean.
Yeah.
He was so good at the uphills. Like,
uphill, okay. Yeah.
At Buffalo, when I was with him for like a little bit, we got to this pretty solid hill and he just took off.
And you're like,
I was like, oh my God, this guy's
it's crazy
so good.
watching people do that and you're like, how are you moving like that? Like,
it's just, he's such a freak and such a good guy. Like, and then in Italy, running the Dolomites, like there's a massive downhill section. And these Italians just came like flying past. Like I was like trying to run quick, but these guys like, I don't know, I think like the downhill skiing stuff that they do, like they just get their eye in and just commit to lines that like I could never do. It was just insane. Like, that was the wildest thing I've seen, like someone just bombing down a hill like that.
I'd be scared.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, to go fast downhill. You just
it's
like,
terrifying.
I was even scared going down the hill at City Surf. And Mac, I remember messaging Matt Gore, he's like, don't be silly.
Even at like, I remember the first time I realized that downhill running is like, you can actually get dropped by it, is in Sunrun this year.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time I've ever done the event.
Yeah.
And that, you know, that hill where you're coming like, it's like 2Ks from the finish and you come, because you go up that killer hill.
Fresher to Manly.
So Fresher to Manly and you come down and I just got absolutely dropped by like 3 people just all in a row. I was like, holy crap. Like I'd be terrified if I moved any faster than this.
It's
hard. The thing.
It's hard. It's like it's an actual skill, like just something you wouldn't even think about really.
Yeah. I also think that the Italians you're talking about, like it's their backyard.
They're
there all the time.
They're probably training there all the time. And
I feel like it's like that winter like skiing and stuff, like
true.
You just learn how to move fast downhill. Like like it's just something that's pretty foreign to us.
I remember doing that trail I mentioned in Terry Hills with Buzz and Josh a couple of weeks ago, and like I knew Buzz was a good trail runner, but I kind of just hadn't really clocked in. I was like, we'll just cruise along. He is a fucking mountain goat. Oh my God. Like he was in the far distance. I was like, holy crap. And he's like, sometimes I like the hills, like you can just go up really hard like this, and he just took off. Whoa.
That's a different like skill side that you don't realize from running on the road. Like
totally.
Nuts. And having Buzz on like last week was just crazy. Like
you
I
never
didn't
met
realize,
Buzz, hey?
Had you never met Buzz?
Not like properly.
Really?
Like seeing him like around and stuff. But I didn't realize like how much running experience he's got. Like he's
so much.
Done some crazy ultras.
Super interesting.
And with all the events as well, like event management.
No,
the whole city to surf chat was so fascinating.
Like
oh my God.
Crazy logistics and all that sort of stuff.
But anyway, I should probably get back to it.
Do you want to hear my training?
Smitty, how's your training?
Oh my God, every week.
No.
I feel so bad every week. You're like, I'll just go through mine. And I'm like, I actually care. Like I do.
I'm just happy you're following me on Strava now.
Anyone who's listening, you can relate to the fact that Strava just does it. It tells you someone's following you. And if you're not on your phone at the time, the notification goes away. And
Yeah.
then 5 months down the track, you're like, oh, fuck.
I'm not following this person.
Yeah, and then
So
you
good.
go onto it and it's like follow back question mark. And you're like, oh, I'm an asshole.
Yeah, no, you just probably saw it like 3 or 4 times. Like, no. Okay, what have I done this week? I did on Monday. I did just easy 6K. I think I was really tired for some reason because normally I do more, but I can't remember the reason why I decided to do 6K. But I've been running a lot of my easy runs at sort of like 5-minute pace.
Which is slower or faster for you?
It's slower.
Yeah.
Normally I'd like try to, when I train with Tobias, it'd be like prescribing to run them a bit more specific, sort of like 4:30, something that feels a little bit, not harder, but more in a particular zone.
Yeah.
Whereas at the moment, I don't know, I've just been taking it as easy as my body feels on those days.
You should do them like super easy, those like recovery runs with Sally.
Yeah. And they were, I felt like they were good. I don't know. It's very hard to tell, like, if you take your easy runs a bit faster versus just slower.
Yeah.
How much does that actually impact your fitness?
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like, everyone has a different opinion on it. Like,
Yeah.
some people I've talked to are like, you need to run your easy runs, like, way easier than you think you do. Like, if you look at all the Kenyans running, they'll do their easy runs at, like, 6-minute, like, pace.
Yeah.
But other people are like, well, there's no benefit for you then. So, I just don't know.
Yeah. I was reading back through that Jack Daniels book, and he was talking about easy running and like, don't quote me on this, but it's just saying like after a certain point your heart is only pumping so fast, so like going any quicker doesn't actually help until you get into that next zone.
Yeah.
Right.
Like until you get into threshold or something like that. So
it's
but
like,
going like from what I read, going like slow, your heart's actually still working quite hard.
Well, that's why they call it grey zone, right? Like, it's you're not doing anything in that zone. Like, your heart's pumping as hard as it would if you went easy, but you're not getting any like aerobic benefit from it.
Yeah.
So if I was to run, for example, like 4:10 pace, it's not going to kill me, but it's like, is it worth running that fast on an easy run sort of
Yeah.
thing? I'm not sure. But I've just gone on a tangent and we're still on Monday. So then we did Gore Hill, 1K reps. I think my story was very different to your story.
Every week I'm like, how was it? And you're like, oh my
Oh my god, yeah. I'm
God.
like, oh, God. I think I'm a bit of a sook though with like sessions in general. When I got to like
Tom's like, yeah.
You used to come an overall whinger. I remember early on in the podcast you were saying like how much I used to whinge or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like every
every training
someone
week.
at Turbo is like every training week just hasn't gone well for you. So that made me aware that I should be a bit more positive.
Would you go out too quick or?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I tried to stick to that VO2 max sort of zone, which is like super hard without going too hard.
Yeah.
And it's hard because your mind, I find my mind like fights me heaps.
Yeah.
Because I don't do it that much, but also it's just a really hard pace to get right. So I think I went out like first one was 3:08, which is
Quick.
pretty quick. I did the park run, which I ran 16:19. So like that's what, like 3:16 pace, 3:18 pace maybe.
Yeah,
Something like that. So
Yeah.
if 1K reps are considerably
5K pace,
it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Do you get like paces set for your sessions? Like,
No,
you just go.
I just try and follow whatever the session is, what I've done in the past.
Yeah.
Or if I'm targeting a certain like threshold zone, I'll sort of know what that feels like. I certainly know what VO2 max feels like.
Yeah.
Very hard, but I think it's doing those harder reps is a really mental test, like because you just got to really keep your head in it.
I think it's still okay, like as long as you can get through 80% of the session before starting to go backwards, like you've still got the same benefit really.
Yeah, it was really good to be in a group. Like doing those on your own would absolutely suck.
Yeah, I don't know, like I always used to do my sessions alone. I don't know how I ever did that. Like, I don't know.
I used to do them on the bay on my own, and it was just like when you start really hurting mid-session, it's really hard to stay in it mentally. Whereas if you're on Gore Hill and you got everyone around you, you're kind of like
fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Like you can all sort of just suffer together and get through it. Which is good. So that was like 3:08, 07, 08, 10, 10, 11. Like I started to fade, but I think I held it together. It's
not too
still
bad.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. If the range was like 3 seconds, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call that like a
But
bad
it just
session.
felt so hard. Like it was.
Yeah.
I was like racing.
Yeah.
It was.
Which you probably shouldn't do in a
I
session,
know.
right?
Yeah. I was like. Yeah, it was really, really, really tough. So I don't know if that's good or. Like I've gone. I only did 6, so I couldn't get through 7. I got to the end. I mean, I could have, but it would have just been pointless.
It would.
Like,
Yeah.
There's no. I already worked hard enough. Then I did MLR. I think if Nick's listening, it's a certified MLR, 19.79 kilometers.
I thought it was over 24. Or is that a long run?
That's a
That's a
maximum.
long run.
I think
So
it's
that's
a
max MLR.
Max MLR,
Oh,
apparently.
minimum is
Right.
17 Ks, was it?
No,
That's like
18.
my max long run.
18.
Yeah. 18.
Don't look at my Strava.
Yeah, so that was 90 minutes. I felt really like that was super tough after the hard reps.
Yeah.
I apologize, but I have to mention my hamstring. I felt like it was just like super tight, but not the old like pain, the original pain, which more like a really sharper pain. So I feel like it's just been manageable. Definitely the load of that session, I think, impacted it
Yeah.
more than anything I've done for the past like age. I don't remember last. Oh, we did 600s.
I was
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
just
yeah.
going to ask you because I know you
Yeah.
said that the pinch of those K reps kind of hurt you a little.
Yeah.
Did you feel that after the 600s? Because I've never trained like that and I was cooked.
Yeah. I felt the same. Like that was a hard VO2 max session
Yeah.
as well. So, I normally pull up sore
Yeah.
if I haven't done it in ages. I remember you
too.
said because I think that's when we ran in Cremorne.
Yeah,
next
the day after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just tough, I think, but they're good. I think I need to do them a little bit more. Like,
Well, it makes you realize you use different muscle groups, right?
Yeah,
Because you
definitely.
clearly aren't using those muscles that are getting sore in like a 10-minute, 2x10-minute threshold or something like that.
yeah.
Because you don't pull up sore.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of my training was specific at threshold, and I didn't do in the last block. I didn't do much at VO2 max, which I don't know how much. I mean, they're definitely still important. So probably should. I remember when I actually looked back at the program, there was probably like 1 or 2 sessions in like 8 weeks or something like that. VO2 max. So probably should do a few more.
Yeah.
Do you do much VO2 max?
A little bit, but yeah, definitely need to do more. And even like going like lactic, going just like flat out
Faster.
200s or something like that. I feel like I haven't done any of that in ages. So
But do you need to for a marathon? Like, I don't know enough about it.
What I read was it's good for like form and strength if you're
Yeah.
going faster.
I think like you probably don't need to
But you don't
do
need-
it, but if you just neglect it for years and years, then
Yeah.
I don't know, you're probably missing out on some gains there.
Yeah. Because, like, would you be better off doing, like, mostly within, like, a certain pace range for your marathon block? Or would you be better off doing, like, you know, a track session, like something shorter, VO2 max or lactic, and then a threshold in the same week? Or would you be better off doing 2 thresholds, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess threshold's a lot more specific for half marathon.
True. Yeah.
But
In fact, you need to touch on it every now and then, though. Like maybe once a month or something.
Yeah.
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 I think the base of those programs or whatever I've done in the past has been just heavy threshold.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to, I think, maybe I can't tell when I dip over that line, but certainly when you do a VO2 max session, you know that it's very different to threshold. Like
Yeah.
It's just your body screaming at you.
Yeah.
It's
so hard to just like mentally get up to those sessions. Like,
yeah. You have to be a Gore Hill.
yeah.
Yeah, the watch and GPS really helps you there.
Oh yeah. Those are not. Those are the full. Those are the full case. Just to clarify. Otherwise, it'd be on the watch. It was like literally like 302, 303.
Holy shit.
But
Wait, so how do you know they're the real case then?
Because it's like measured out to. Apparently, there's like a full K measurement that everyone stops at.
Right.
And then I just stop my watch there.
Wait, where's that?
Just 200 meters or so past the start.
Oh, you mean the football line?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, so that's definitely a K.
That's a K. Yeah.
I thought that's how you did it as well, but even if you stop your watch, then you're... I don't know. I thought someone told me it was wrong still.
Yeah, right. Has anyone
hope
got the
it's
wheel
not.
on it, or is it just...
I think if you were to consult anyone, it'd be Lockie Oakes, because I think
Okay.
he's measured it out or something like that.
Has
Right.
he?
Yeah,
No
yeah.
way.
Or like, I don't know, he just seems to always, he's on it with pacing.
Yeah.
But at least I know when I do K reps, it's pretty consistent. Maybe if it's 1 or 2 seconds here or there. But definitely GPS, my GPS is all over the place at Gore Hill, so I can't listen to that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I better move on. Then,
We're on Tuesday.
yeah,
Oh,
we're on
God.
Tuesday. No, it's right. Then 11K easy threshold on Friday, 3 by 7 minutes.
Yeah, at Gore Hill, right?
Gore Hill, yeah, it was good, but again, hamstring was a bit how you going, but not bad, just tight again.
Yeah.
So I just took it easy.
How's your strength training been?
Good, actually. I've been
Okay.
doing two per week, 14-minute strength
Wow.
sessions.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, I was a little bit worried after that, so I just took it easy super easy the next day, and it sort of cleared up. I think it was just residual from MLR was like longer than I'd done in ages, and that session was hard on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then 22Ks easy today.
Snail pace, some would
So,
say.
yeah. I've just finished my run, 2 hours. You know, it was good with the group. Check Strava. Tobias has left a snail emoji.
Oh,
So it's like, thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
On the Instagram story that Sotar did, where you're talking like, oh, like I don't know, I'm so tired, like I went out last night or whatever, and one of the guys commented like, wait, I need more rest.
Yeah.
oh, I get it. I was like, wait, what?
I don't know how you put that together. But
That's so
anyway.
smart.
Yeah,
Who commented that?
Was it Ian?
No, I think he's Jack Wilson.
Jack Wilson.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jack Wilson.
Yeah, good call, Jack Wilson. I had a chuckle at that.
Okay. Maybe we should start timing my training updates. That was my week, 98Ks. It's been 5 weeks since I've been sitting over 90Ks, which is good. Starting to feel like my base is coming back and starting to feel fitter, so it's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you training for anything?
I'm training for, Gold Coast really,
Yeah.
but at the moment I'm kind of in limbo.
Yeah.
I was going to do Sunrun, but I've got a Bucks weekend, so that's off the
Oh,
cards.
so you're not doing something
No, I
right?
can't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is
But
it
you,
the
you
same
should, you're going to be
weekend?
at the Bucks,
Oh.
Is that on the same weekend?
mate.
Well, there's been no information about it. I don't know if I'll be able to make it because there was another run that I was thinking about doing.
Really?
Yeah.
You can message our mate.
Yeah.
Tell him about it.
Yeah, okay.
Good, very good. Okay, back to the guest.
Yes.
All right. So, how did you get started in running? Like, yeah, tell us a bit of background.
Yeah. I think I started when I was like very late compared to like a lot of runners, but maybe when I was like 17, 18, I just used it as a bit of a stress relief from school and study. Then I just like really, really liked it. I got into the gym a little bit, and my run used to be like my warm up before my like strength session or whatever. So I do like 3Ks on the treadmill and then do like a gym workout and stuff. But I just really liked the run part of it.
Yeah.
So that would kind of just like slowly increase. I'd do like 5Ks, like 6, 8, whatever. And then I started going outside a little bit, and I'd like always do the same loop in Balmoral. And I like was so unadventurous with my running, but I think I signed up for Blackmores in like 2019 or something to do my first half, and I was like, I'll do my first half before I like turn like 18 or whatever. And I did it really well. I think I ran in like, I don't even know what shoes I ran in, but it was like not a running shoe, and I was like, oh, I killed it, like stoked. I think I ran like 95 minutes, so I was like so
That's
happy
really
with it.
good.
Well, yeah, thank you.
Your
I just
first one.
loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just loved it. And then when I left school, I kind of wanted to like take it, not like kind of take it a bit more seriously, like get a coach and like have some direction because I didn't really know what I was doing. Then I looked at like Run Crew. And I think I was with Run Crew for like 3 months or something.
Yep.
But it just wasn't really like, didn't really work that well for me. I think it was very like mileage heavy at the start. I think I went from like running 30 Ks a week to like 50 within 2 weeks. And I was like, oh my God.
You ran 95 minutes of like 30 Ks a week.
Jeez.
Yeah. I can't remember what I used to really do. It would have been about that. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I just loved it. I don't know. I think I finished it and I was like, that was so fun.
Yeah.
Like, I just loved it. But anyway, so yeah, Run Crew. And then I got a bit of an injury from that. So I was out for a bit. And then I actually I can't remember how I met him, but I was friends with Ed Goddard at the time. And we knew each other through, I don't know how we knew each other, but anyway. And he was like looking for like a bit of a test dummy to coach for a bit. So I was like, well, I wouldn't mind some like guidance. So he kind of took me under his wing, and it wasn't like an official setup or anything. We would just like literally text on Instagram, and he would be like, this is what you should do this week. And I don't know what happened. I just got like, I loved that. I started doing sessions and got a bit better because I assume I did no speed work before the the Blackmore's half.
Yeah.
I can't remember doing it anyway. I think the longest run I did before it was 19K. So I think I was just jogging around. But anyway, so yeah, that was good. I was doing everything alone. Like I hadn't joined like a running group yet. Actually, it's weird to like think about this because I feel like Hops is such a big like name in running now. Like he just like knows so many people and stuff. But he was like had the same group chat with me and Ed, and Ed was like giving Hops stuff as well. And I think we used to do the same sessions, but obviously Hops would be like 17 times faster than me and like maybe double the amount of like volume in the session. But Ed just used to like send it to us and we would do it. So but yeah, I had like didn't even know what a carbon plated shoe was or anything, and I was like, oh, this is so fun. Like we just like not even like warm up and cool down properly, just like start my watch and just start running faster. I had no idea what pace meant or anything. And then I did I don't know if you guys ever did it because it's discontinued, but it's that run that's like the 12K run out in the zoo. Like in Sydney, like near Sydney Zoo.
Never did that. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I forget what it was, but I did it 1 year and then they discontinued it. But I think I came 4th, I think, and I was like, oh, like I'm pretty good at this, because I think Ed set me the goal for running a sub 40-minute half marathon, 10K within like the year in 2021 or whatever it was, 2020 maybe. And then within that 12K, I think I ran like 38:12 or something. Wow. So I was like, oh yeah, like I can do it.
Yeah.
So then I signed up for
Hilly around there as well. Or?
No, it actually wasn't. It was like there's a flat like path out near the zoo somewhere. Like, yeah, it was ages away. Yeah, but yeah, it was fun. But then I signed up for City 10. And yeah, I don't know how I ran that so well because I've not been near that time since. But yeah. That's how I got into it.
So you haven't been, in the scheme of things, running for that long?
No, probably like 4 years, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So you took to it very quickly.
Yeah, I'm just obsessed with it now. Like,
yeah.
I try not to make it my whole personality, but like I just love it. Like,
it's just stuff it, like lean into it. Why not? Yeah,
I know, but I think like you meet so many friends through it as well that it kind of does become a big part of your life.
Definitely, yeah.
Like not even the actual running. Well, it is a big part of it, the actual running, but like just the social aspect and like work obviously for me as well, because I used to work in hospo and stuff like that, as every young 20-year-old does, but then I got into like run specialty and I was like, oh my god, like I can just soak up so much of this atmosphere. Like I love the product, like I love like all the people involved and everything like that. And so when like your training life, work life and friendship life is all surrounded by running, it's like hard to branch out of that sometimes, I think. But I mean, I love it. I just I've had so much more fun since, like, because I used to train on my own as well, but like joining Delta and then just running with other people who are also just obsessed with running. I don't know, it's just good. It's always a good time. They just get it.
Yeah. They know, like, everyone's got this, I don't know, it's obsession. But you can just relate. So it's like, I know this person knows like I think Buzz was talking about it, like what I'm going through in a session, for example,
Yeah.
or it just translates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even outside of that, I don't know, they just have this special way of there's just this special connection that like even if you go out and socialize outside of running, like I don't know, even if you're out on a late night, like all of us are like, oh, I've got a long run in the morning, but you just get it, like and even if you stay out, like we're not all boring, but like even if you stay out, you kind of just get that like mentality of having to like no matter what stick to your training. Like I feel like a lot of my friends who don't run or like aren't as committed or whatever to whatever sport it might be, they're like, oh yeah, I'm out, but I'll just miss training tomorrow, it's fine. But like none of us will miss a long run, but it might just be crap. Like, you know, you might feel shit, but it'll always get done. Like it's just not a question.
True.
Yeah, I feel like if we're at a party or something, I'll be like, it's hard to say, well, I gotta run in the morning. People are just like,
yeah, what are you doing, mate?
Just enjoy your life. I'm like, I do.
Yeah, but you do, right? And everyone's like, oh, you're like, you must not have fun. It's like, well, I really do. Like, I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
And none of us are professional, but I think all of us get how seriously we take it, regardless of us not being like, you know, like sponsored athletes sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think like all of us kind of want to reach our own potential and I don't know, like setting a goal for yourself and trying to achieve it is pretty cool. And yeah, it doesn't matter like what your ability is or what your potential is, like everyone's going through the same thing together.
Don't you think like a lot of runners' minds work very similar, or like we just like obsessed? That's why I find it funny. A lot of people have like translated negative or addictive like personalities into and channeled it into running. Like I've talked to so many people that have gone through similar things to me, like with drinking, like partying and stuff like that, and then when they find running, it's just like this avenue that you can channel that energy into. I
also think a lot of us are like A-type personalities, and we get a little obsessive with stuff. A lot of us have come from like, I mean, I haven't, but like I know a lot of people who've come from like big partying backgrounds and stuff like that. And then when they like channel that energy into something else, it's like full blown running. Like I'm a runner now.
Exactly.
Like I do everything to do with running. Like, you know, they just take it so seriously. But,
I get into like into things too much sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
This is
but it's a good hobby. Like
it is a great hobby.
To be
it keeps you in check.
Yeah.
It keeps me in check for sure.
Yeah. Did you play any sports growing up, or?
I think I was always active, but like because I grew up overseas, so the it wasn't like that typical like Australian junior school, like you get into every sport you can sort of thing. Like I was born in Singapore and lived there for the first 7 years of my life, so we were actually at an Australian school, so I think there was swimming and stuff like that, but not like ball sports really,
right?
Well, at least I didn't participate in them. And then we moved to Dubai, which is like a whole nother like world of like sport and just lifestyle, because you can't really go outside heaps to like, even in Singapore, like it's so hot. So there was certainly no running there either. I can't remember doing any sport there, to be honest, but I was just always active. And then as soon as I came back to Australia, I was like big in basketball. Love basketball.
Okay.
No, never very good, just like just fun.
Yeah.
But that, and then I played AFL for a while. But my sister's actually a professional AFL player.
Oh, no way.
So I think I kind of got to a stage where I was all right, but I was like, I just don't want to be competitive. She's definitely better than me. Like, I'll take up my own hobby. But that was good. But yeah, never ran. I did cross country a little bit, like just every year, but I was like, you know, I was pretty average.
Right.
But yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So what did you, when you were getting coached early on, what were you doing? Do you remember?
I think I would just do one session a week, and then I think my mileage would have been like 70 Ks ish, like anywhere between 60 to 80 really. But I would have been doing one session a week. And I remember like I think the sessions were like real basic stuff, like 4 minutes on by 3 or something like that, and I would just they were all max 20 minutes. And I remember, I forget who I was talking about this was the other day, but I just had no clue about pacing, and I had a watch, but I was like, it's probably not accurate, and I won't look at it. I would just go hard, like I would just run hard, like all the same pace. Like I remember the fastest pace I'd ever run before that zoo run was like 350s, and I was like, oh, that's pretty quick. Like, and then I did that whole race pretty fast, and then the fastest pace I'd run in a session before Sydney 10 was like 340s, and I was like, guys, I'm trending up. And then I ran Sydney 10 at like 335s or something, and I was like, holy like, but I still don't understand how I did that. Like,
did you get like that magical feeling where like everything just goes right?
Maybe. I think it's just like a bit of like beginner's luck as well. Like I think I obviously had no fatigue in the legs, so I'd never run it. I think I don't know. Everything kind of fell into place, I guess. And I didn't really grasp how good it was at the time, which is annoying, because if I ran that now, I'd be like, fuck yeah, like that's such a good time. But I crossed the finish line and I was like, oh yeah, like, that's pretty good. And Ed was like, oh, you ran really well. Like, I think you came like top 10 females. I was like, oh. Whatever. Now I'd kill for that, but
would that like qualify you for Zatopek or?
So I think the qualifying times have gone down now,
right?
But it would have at the time, and I just had no idea.
That's nuts.
Which is so annoying that I like was at that stage, and now I'm like I didn't even appreciate it. But I mean, I guess like it's kind of reassuring that I must have it in me because I did it before, so like hopefully I'll get back towards it. But But I feel like I'm just on the edge of that Zatopek qualifying time. Like I think Buzz mentioned last week, he sort of wants me to look at that or a race in that for next year. He hasn't actually really run that by me, so I don't know exactly what event he's talking about. Clearly he has something cooking. But I was actually talking to Tim Crosby, who was my old coach in Melbourne, and really? So he, do you know Tim?
Or I don't know him personally, but
of his name. Yeah. Do you know? No,
he's a big name in running though. He works for Athletics Victoria, and he runs, like, he's the race director. Oh no, is he the I don't know, something important in Melbourne Marathon. And he's like, he used to coach Sinead Diver, like before she went to MTC. So anyway, so I met him, and I was talking to him about Zatopek last week, because I flew down, not for it, but it just happened to be on the same weekend. I was like, oh, you should go. But it looked awesome.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was awesome. Like almost a good event to spectate, because On, like the first year that On had sponsored it. So it was huge. Like apparently the max number of tickets they'd sold in previous years was 450, and then this year 4,000 people came.
Wow.
Just like insane.
That's cool.
But I was talking to Tim, and I was like, oh, just out of interest, like what was the slowest time at Zatopek this year for the women's 10K? And he was like, oh, like 35 mid or high or something.
Okay.
And then his next text was like, oh, but I wouldn't let any of my athletes run it unless they were in 34-30 shape. And I was like, okay, like I wasn't asking, but now you said it. Like, so I think you'd probably want to be more comfortable than just like having run 1:36-minute 10K. But yeah,
I don't know. I think like it's been a long time since you ran that time, so surely there's like a bit of improvement maybe. But
I ran 37 this year, so it was all right, but it wasn't great. But I'll do it again. I think it's on the plans for next year. So
pretty exciting regardless though. Like
and I like the 10K. Like it's hard. I don't really like anything less than the 10K. I just hate running that speed.
What about 5K?
Oh fuck! I just hate it. Like it's
pretty miserable.
Like I just don't move that fast. It's just not me. Like I'm a very efficient runner. Actually, like Ant Wood always jokes about how like I just shuffle around. Like I just never lift my legs up, but I'm very efficient and I have a super high cadence. And he's like, you'll just be great at the marathon because you'll just run 4-minute Ks. But like I'm not very good at running like anything less than like 3:40s. It's just, I don't know.
You probably got to enjoy that training as well. Like it's different training from 5K. And then the race just sucks. Always.
It's tough.
It's like in the pain cave from like 500 meters. It's fucked.
It's just like so quick. It's like, oh, gotta do this for 5Ks. You kidding me?
I actually remember I think the first time I met you, Dom, was at what do you call it? The Turbo 5K?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I was with Claire Hay at the time, and we were like, oh, we'll just go out at like 18-minute pace. Like, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
And so we found you, and you're like, I'm running 18-minute pace. I was like, oh, great. I was
And I've been like 17.
Yeah, he would have blown everyone up.
I was like, who is this dickhead?
I've been asking that same question every week.
And then I saw you run the next one as well.
Yeah.
You were training for, what were you training for at the time? You were like, it was
Was it, I don't know.
It was a trail race, I think.
Was it 6 foot or maybe 6 foot, maybe Buffalo Stampede? I don't know.
It was at the start of this. It was something, but I was
Yeah.
like, who the hell is that?
Who that?
Anyway, I did not hang on to that, but
Yeah. I think there was a couple of other turbo guys in that race who I was like trying to pace as well.
yeah.
But,
Yeah. No, I fell off that train very quickly, but
Yeah. No, sorry about that.
it's okay.
I remember Soda put you on the spot on because you wanted to keep a low profile that you were doing all the races.
Yeah.
And then Soda comes at you with a camera and you're like,
Oh,
what are you doing?
yeah, he was walking around with a camera that night, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you race that night?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I was actually filming.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know how to start the... Yeah, anyway.
Anyway.
So you were coached by Tim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed the leap there.
No. How did training change at that point?
Well, I moved down I kind of moved down for a few reasons, but it was like the end of 2021, I think, and I was still studying online at the time. I just kind of wanted to change the scene. So I actually applied for a lead entry for Melbourne 10K in 2021 at the end of that. And then Tim like looks after all the elites for that race. So he reached out because you like put your number in the application stuff. So he texted me and was like, hey, are you still planning to run Melbourne 10K? And at the time I was injured. So I was like, actually, no, but I'd love to come down another year or something. And I can't remember how it happened, but we just like got on the phone with each other one day and had a chat because he was like, oh, like you ran 36. That's pretty good. Like how long have you been running for? Like I was only 20. Oh no, maybe I was like, no, I was 19 or 18 at the time or something. So,
wow.
And I think he was like a bit interested in that.
Yep.
And then he was like, oh, like you should come down. We'll like have a chat and whatever. And my extended family's in Melbourne. So I went down for Christmas anyway. So I met up with Tim for a run. And then I was just kind of interested in like the lifestyle down there because the running scene's so much better. Like,
we have a question about this. So.
It's like I actually didn't think I would find something as special as Delta is here when I came back, but like they just live and breathe it down there. Like
Really?
It's amazing. I think it depends on who you surround yourself with as well, but I just absolutely loved it. Like I had nothing to lose at the time. I didn't have any like relationships or anything here that I needed to maintain. So I just went down, drove all my stuff down, got a share house, and I just like made sure I didn't have a lease on the house that I was in, so I could like stay for a month if I want to, or like a year or whatever. And like, I could just leave my job and whatever. So I don't know. It was a pretty cool time in life. But what's your question? It was
now it's segued into what's the Melbourne
running scene like?
Yeah, what's the Melbourne running scene like? Yeah.
Well, it was really fun. Like I started training with Tim, and he runs a group called Crosby Crew down there, which is kind of like Delta. Like you can sort of rock up and not like it's not like Run Crew where you have to like pay to go. What's Turbo like?
Same, like everyone just rocks up.
Yeah. Which is kind of like it's a nice.
Yeah, it's great. Like, good little community, and I think everyone's there because they like, I don't know, they want to be there.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know, it's good vibes. Everyone shows up every week and has a good time. Good relationships that you make with everyone.
It probably takes out like fiercely competitive side of it as well if you're not like paying for.
Yeah, exactly.
A program and like all that stuff. But anyway, so he runs Crosby Crew, and I trained a bit with them, but to be honest, it was more like one-on-one training with Tim, and he lived on like one side of Albert Park Lake, and I lived on the other side, and we were both like 200 meters from the entrance. So we would just like, he would get on the bike and like, I just do my warm-up to the lake, and then we'd do a session like solo every week, and it was just like the best thing ever. Like to have a coach who just like puts in so much dedication and everything, which Buzz now does for me as well, which is great.
Yeah.
But that was one of the perks of being in the same city as him, which is why I wanted to move down as well. But anyway, and then I started working at the running company up in Clifton Hill, and that was like another segue into the running scene there as well, because they do a lot of like social runs and they've just got a lot of links with people in that community down there.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. But yeah, I just think I don't know what it is. They just like I think it's the coffee culture as well that plays into it. Like
True, yeah.
everyone in Melbourne just loves like running and coffee, and it's just the best thing ever. I know, just the two best things in life, and like you combine them. And every weekend was like out in Yarra Flats or like out in Yarra Bends or like even the Bay Trail, like along the whole peninsula. They just have the facilities for it, which we have great running in Sydney, but it's not as accessible some of the time, I don't think.
Yeah.
And it's obviously hillier, but like they literally have trails on their doorstep. It's amazing. It's really cool.
I think that was Chris Gatt. That was a question from him. He was going to ask he was curious about the running scene, the differences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you've answered that one for him.
I probably didn't answer it very well, but yeah.
No, that makes sense.
It seems like there's just like so much depth in Melbourne as well. Like everyone's like a good runner.
That's the other thing I noticed. Like I think, and it really took me down a peg as well, because I was like, oh yeah, a bit of a like I can really be something here. Like, but, yeah, and like the way that I talk about Tim and I's relationship probably sounds like more than it is, but we actually just get along so well. Like when I moved down there, I knew no one, so he was a bit of like a fatherly figure for me there as well. And obviously living really close to him, he kind of helped me set up the interview with TRC for me and stuff like that. So I think he was a really good link to have. And even now, like obviously with his connections with Melbourne Marathon and things like that, I kind of just stay involved that way, which is really cool. Yeah.
So what was the training like, or the philosophy? What would you say?
I feel like Tim was quite traditional in his training. Like he kind of has that older school mentality to it. And he was a really good runner himself as well. I mean, he still is, but so I wouldn't say he pushed mileage, but I definitely like got stronger through that, and he like covered all his bases really well as well. Like as soon as I moved down there, he got me in with a physio and then like did strength work and stuff like that. So he was really like holistic with it, which is good. And at the time I probably wasn't like fueling very, very well for running, which was kind of like, I think that's another reason why I ran so well at Sydney 10, because I was like, had nothing to me, had no strength or anything, which was fine because I wasn't doing much mileage, and I ran super quick because I like literally wasn't carrying anything. But then when I started running more, I was like, well, this is actually going to be like to my detriment now, not my benefit. You know? And I think Tim was like really pivotal in like helping me turn that corner a little bit. So yeah, but I don't know what I'd say his philosophy toward it is. If anything, just a little bit old school. Yeah. If that like makes sense.
Was it like what Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday sessions, or
Tuesday, Friday?
Okay.
Yeah, I never have really done 3 sessions a week. I've done it a couple times, but not heaps. Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think.
Do you guys do them?
No, Tuesday, Friday.
Yeah.
And long run.
Yeah.
And then if there might be a session in there, or mix it up on a Saturday.
Yeah.
As opposed to the Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. But then it's like Saturday session, Sunday long run's pretty tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mind you, I think that's what Run Crew does for a purpose though. Like
yes.
Yeah. They like purposely do their long run after their session to run on tired legs.
Yeah. I think they take a long run really easy though.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed. I remember when we talked to Kieran Tall.
Yeah.
He was like getting in trouble because he would always run his long runs like quite hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, not always, but yeah, they were just, I remember they were very particular about just taking them easy, although you are on your feet for, it's a long run, but not much session in there. But they are doing it on Saturday. They always have a solid session.
Oh, it's
on a Saturday.
Massive.
Yeah. Always.
Huge.
Yeah. So, now what's it like working with Buzz?
No, it's all right.
Well, he didn't really answer my question correctly when I asked him who's his favourite athlete.
I know. He really worked his way around
You
that.
actually was going to answer it. I was like, no. It's a joke.
Oh, he would definitely just say Melbourne because that's like the easiest option. Like he's in Singapore. He probably doesn't listen to With the Chiefs. So. No, it's really great. Like I still was with Tim until like a couple of months ago, but it was kind of like an informal like setup. Like where I never really like, it wasn't like a arrangement where I like paid him and like this was, we just had a really close relationship. So he would always like, I was on Final Surge with him and stuff. So I'd have a program, but I think he kind of like, he's so busy with work in Melbourne, like with all those events and stuff like that. And he runs Zatopek and stuff as well. So like if I asked for something, he'd give it to me, but he wasn't super proactive with it.
Okay.
And I was kind of getting to the point where I was like, you know, like I wasn't really improving on my time. Actually, that's a lie. My half marathons this year have been great, but every other event I've kind of just like been getting slower. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I think I might need a bit more like focus. So I asked Buzz, and I wasn't like going to seek out a coach unless one really looked like it would work for me. And there's heaps of good coaches in Sydney, but one of the things I didn't want was a coach that has like 70 athletes.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of them do, and like, which is fine, but I just don't want like a copy and paste job sort of thing. And I really like being like close friends with my coach as well. And like, that's another reason why I love like Buzz, because we actually run together a lot too. And I just like what we were talking about before, how seriously we all take it. He takes it so seriously and I fucking love it. Like it's so good. I don't know. He just,
When he's talking about when he goes into like training mode, he's like, this is Buzz's time now.
But I love that.
Yeah, it's good.
And like things like, I think in his last marathon block, he like took a week off work or like took a few days off work to like nap more and like,
good on
I
you.
just love that he does that. Like, I don't know. And he just, he makes it seem serious, which motivates me, I think. And he doesn't have heaps of athletes, which I really like about that as well.
You certainly get more attention, or like you can bounce more ideas off someone like that.
And he's like, he's super detailed with the stuff he gives me, which is great. And he like he's very proactive as well. Like he'll just send me a message being like, checking in, like just 2 words, just nothing else. Just check in. And it's always after I finish a run, so I'll just voice message him. Like on Friday with that long run, I was like, oh, I felt crap, I was so grumpy, but he was like, he comes back with super good like feedback and is like, maybe this is why and this is what we can do, blah blah. But yeah, it's really good. I've been loving it.
I feel like he's really like disciplined, but also like very compassionate, or like very like takes a realistic approach. That's what I gathered from talking to him. Like, sort of appreciates the two sides to it, where you have to be super dedicated, but also you got to be kind to yourself as well.
He talked about like factoring in life stress and stuff as well. So it sounds like a good coach.
He was like every 4 weeks you just need time to sleep in. Like, you just need sleep in time. And I was like, okay. He was like, sometimes if you stay at Dylan's house, like, you guys just need to, like, stay in bed for an hour. And I was like, weirdly specific, but okay. Factor that in. But, like, he does genuinely, like, have down weeks as well, which is something I didn't really, like, I wouldn't have a down week unless someone made me do it. You know what I mean? Like, I would just be like, oh, yeah, I feel pretty average, but I'll just I'll do another 110K week. Like, it'll be fine. And it would be fine, but, like, just mentally as well, I think having a break is really nice. Yeah.
So you've come back down slightly in mileage now? Or, like, not really.
Probably, like, I reckon up until I went to Europe in the middle of the year, I was running, like, 120K weeks for, like, 8 months
I remember
straight.
you were pretty, like, super consistent as well.
Yeah. And I loved it. Like, I love mileage, but I just, as I said, wasn't feeling great on any of the runs. So I was like, oh, quality versus quantity here. Like, I wasn't. And obviously I ran so much better when I was running, like, 70K weeks. And I was like, something's up here. But at the moment, because I'm training for a 50, I think it'll be quite mileage centric. But that's fine. Like, I like it. But I think that next year coming into full-time work, it's going to change a bit. Like, I actually wouldn't mind playing around with like 80 or 90K weeks again, just because of the time restraints, but also I just will be less physically exhausted as well.
I feel like running less like that, it lets you really kind of focus on the sessions as well, because you're not like so tired.
That's right. Like, sometimes I get up and I'm like, oh, I've got a 10K threshold today, which I love. That's like one of my favorite sessions, but I wouldn't be excited for it because I'd be like, I'm going to get to 2-3K and be so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's like at like a decent pace that I should be able to maintain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like once you start full-time work, I mean, you've been relatively busy now anyway, right? Like you're working, studying.
Yeah.
So you're probably used to
being busy.
Life stress as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I feel like at the moment I've just been like, I finished uni in like a month ago and I actually haven't had a day off work apart from like when I went to the Blue Mountains one weekend or like when I went to Melbourne. Like I haven't had a day off where I've been like in Sydney at home doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like I've been I feel like I was really looking forward to the break, but now I'm just like even more stressed. But I just think, January will be good. I'll just run, eat, relax,
Chill.
socialize, work a bit, but
when do you start full-time work, did you say?
end of Feb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so Tarawera is like a final hurrah before everything. Yeah.
So why'd you choose that race? Why'd you move to trail?
I just wanted to do something different, I think. Like I initially signed up for it because I was just like, just do something completely different and like I'll get through a 50, it'll be fine. And I was just going to approach it with like a really fun, relaxed attitude. And then, which I'm still going to, I think. But when I first started getting coached by Buzz, we had a coffee and he was like, so top 5? I was like,
That's so chill, man.
I was like, I was going to do it for
ease
fun.
into it.
Which like, also I don't think I have that capability because I'm not that strong on the trails. And like,
You don't know.
but like I was looking at the top winners times and they were so fast. Like,
Right.
I just don't think I'm there, which is fine. I'm not wanting to be there, to be honest, with that sort of event. But I just wanted to do something completely different. And if I'm going to go all the way over there, I think I might as well do something that I haven't done before. And I have run a lot of like 27, 28K runs. So that's not that new to me. But I think running like double that will be a challenge.
Yeah.
Cool.
Doing a little research for the podcast. I saw you did like a 50K walk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Like ages ago.
Yeah.
50K walk.
Oh, God, that would have been harder than a 50K run. Like,
Yeah.
That was like school related.
All right.
Yeah, I think I was in like year 10.
Yeah, jeez. 50K's
Yeah.
in year 10.
Yeah, so it's actually, funnily enough, they've gotten rid of it now.
Okay.
Because it was for,
It's a long way.
yeah, we went from Palm Beach to Balmoral.
Right.
Like, it was fucked. And like all along the headlands. It was insane. And I remember actually one girl in my year at the time ran 30Ks of it.
Oh, wow.
Because I wasn't a runner
That's
at that
nuts.
time.
At
Yeah,
that
it was
age, like,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, she did so well. And I was like, oh, what a freak. Like, who would do that for fun? But yeah, no, that was for a charity or something. But they got rid of it now. Because I think everything's like a little bit PC now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just like,
it's good. Get
oh,
after
I
it.
loved it. But I think the school's now like, oh no, like the girls can't handle it.
Yeah.
Which is not great. Because
Yeah.
I think it doesn't say the best things for like all female schools. But anyway, it's a different story. But
Yeah. No. Interesting.
Dom?
Tarawera.
What about we noted down injuries here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what's your experience been with injuries?
Sweating a bit.
So hot.
It's very warm.
I should put the anyway.
Do you want to do it?
Nah. I'm
I think injuries, like I think I had my worst one was, and longest was probably a knee injury when I first started running. And I feel like everyone who runs gets knee stuff every now and then. That feels so good. But I battled with that for so long. Like I ran with my knee taped for 3 years, I think. Like,
Yeah.
or no, it must have been less than that, 2 years maybe. But I just felt like forever. Like I just could not get away from it. We did like MRIs, everything. I just think, actually, weirdly enough, my sister who plays footy had a similar knee injury, and her physio told her that it was like some sort of way her knee was structured, and she was like, oh, it makes sense that your sister had the same problem. So I don't know, maybe it's like genetically how our knees are built, but that was pretty hard. Like not serious, but just annoying and just inconvenient. And then I got a stress reaction when I was actually just after that Sydney 10 in 2021, which is probably not that surprising, but yeah, it wasn't a fracture. But I remember I was running around Narrabeen Lake at the time, and I got halfway around the lake, and I was like, this is so painful. Like,
Yeah.
I just had to stop and walk. But it was in a weird spot. It was in like the outside of my leg, like your fibula.
Don't ask
Tibia?
me.
No idea what it's called, but it
Maybe
was
ask
like
Dom.
the outside of my calf. I don't
Okay.
know.
Interesting.
Whichever muscle it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so I was lucky that that was a reaction, not a fracture. But that was probably like kicked me into line a little bit. I think that, have you guys had stress fractures or reactions?
No.
No?
I haven't.
A bad part of me was like, oh, I feel like a real runner now.
Yeah,
It's like a
join the
rite of
club.
passage. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so bad. But I think that like really woke me up to like what I actually had to like strength work. I never really did heaps of that. And then like, you know, eating right and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, thankfully no fracture.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, you've been doing your strength work now and stuff like that, so...
Yeah, I feel like it's just been like bits and pieces from different physios and stuff I've seen over the years. So it'll be like a lot of single leg stuff. I never really go that heavy just because this is a terrible excuse, but I can't be bothered to set up the machine. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, I haven't really gone heavy in a long time as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I should, maybe.
Same. I
But-
feel like it would help.
Yeah. But it's just like, I don't know, can't be bothered. And it's like, I don't know, kind of intimidating, scary. You got to be like psyched up for it as well to do
Yeah.
that. And like most of the time when I'm at the gym, I'm just like, oh, I'll just pick up the weights and kind of, you get into it a bit, but
Yeah.
like never that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like I've heard a lot of like contradicting evidence from different people about like low rep, high weight versus high weight, low rep. Wait, did I say the same? I don't know. Whichever way it
I
is.
think you're right.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever it is. But like the older school mentality, I think, is like low weight, high rep,
Yeah.
like body weight stuff even, and then it's kind of flipped nowadays. So I think that that's what I'd probably believe, but I just don't really follow it as strongly as I probably should.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm wondering when my 15 kilo dumbbell is, kettlebell is going to be not enough.
It looks
Yeah.
fresh out the box.
It's a nice weight for these.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably going to have to lift something heavier at some point.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. Probably like I haven't progressed my strength training much at all. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of just been get in there, do the same sort of stuff.
Yeah. Do you follow like a program from anyone or?
Oh, not really.
Yeah.
Just like, a couple of exercises that I've done over
Yeah.
the years. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's probably an area you could look more into.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know like the lingo behind it. Like last night, Dylan, my boyfriend, was like, "Oh, so do you use like the barbell when you squat?" I was like, "What the fuck?"
I don't know what that is.
Because I get confused between like barbell, kettlebell, and dumbbell.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
all have bell in it. Like I don't know what. Anyway, I now know what a barbell is, and I do not use it. So
Good stuff.
what do you do? Like just your 15 kilo?
Yeah, just
Pretty good.
deadlifts, like single leg deadlifts, single leg squats, and calf raises, and then
Yeah.
kettlebell swings.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's very specific to, I don't know, it's meant to help.
Kettlebell swings are hard.
Yeah, they're hard,
Yeah.
and I can't get the motions like really hard,
Yeah.
like not intuitive.
Yeah.
So it's taken a while, and then I'm always paranoid that if I'm not at the physio and I'm doing them, I'm like, am I doing these right as
Yeah.
well? But
That's pretty hamstring specific though,
yeah.
which is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Hamstring, lower back.
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like a, when I first tried to do it, Patty was like, it's sort of right, but it wasn't.
It's
yeah.
really hard. My mum used to go to a kettlebell gym. Like they
Oh.
just use kettlebells.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah, and she took me along one time, and I was like, "Oh, come on, mum! Like it's gonna be easy." I could not walk for a week. Like,
Oh.
Jeez.
and one of the exercises one of the other people in the gym was doing was like a 20 or 30-minute kettlebell swing set. So they literally just did kettlebell swings for 20
Far out.
minutes.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "How do you even
For
move
20
like
minutes?
that?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I know. Like,
I'm
let
like,
that
get to a
sink
minute, I'm
in.
like,
That's enough.
that's enough, right?
Yeah.
I do like 10 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that.
How? What, like swings or?
Yeah, like kettlebell swings.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
they just do it straight, and it's a sport. Like it's a kettlebell. Like
And there's competitions and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you do a bunch of different things. I don't know.
No, I think the swinging.
Just
is
kettlebell
Just
swings.
swinging.
I think it's the
is it
swinging.
Is it just one motion as well?
Yeah.
Like, is it just like...
That's crazy.
Okay.
Or you can do like one arm, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you... Oh, I don't.
Do you want to actually get up and...
I've moved that once and the mics just go... yeah.
There's like the Russian get-ups or whatever, where you're like on the ground
Yeah.
with the kettlebell, and then you have to like get up.
Oh, I think I know
your
which
head.
one. Oh, like with one hand and you're
Yeah.
yeah. They're tough.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever done one, but
Yeah,
they
I've
look
done them.
tough.
But, yeah, that's what I always think of when people say kettlebell workout.
Yeah.
So, how was... If we talk a little bit about a race, how was Melbourne half?
Yeah, good. I think it was like in between my expectations. Like I kind of, I was still with Tim at the time, so I met up with him before, and he was like, "Oh yeah, go out at like 81-minute pace," and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty hot." Like I don't know. So I think my PB before that was 83:30, which is like it's such a big difference at that time, and I feel like the faster you get, the bigger the difference between a small time increment. That didn't make any sense, but
No,
like
I mean-
72 versus 72:40
Yeah.
would be a bigger
Big
difference
difference,
than 81 to 83.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean?
I've been
Yeah.
running 73 and like 72, 50, 72, 48, like all around there.
Yeah.
So it's like really hard to...
Like actually move past that.
Yeah,
Totally.
it's like a whole new level.
Yeah.
Getting down to 70 minutes is like
It's-
so
yeah.
much fitter.
Yeah.
Where you're running, just like 230 versus 232 in the marathons is still a massive difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar, I think.
Yeah, totally. And it's like I heard you guys speaking last week about how if you wanted to run like sub 230, you'd have to be in like 228 pace, like minimum. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing for a half, like
Yes.
to a lesser degree, but same concept.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, did you go at it?
Oh yeah, sorry. And then I did not do that. Actually, no, I think I went out at like 350, like low 350s.
Yep.
And I was going to be like happy with whatever. I race a lot near Portia, Sam Hopper's girlfriend. So we're like, we always race together, and she always nibs me in like the last 500 meters or something.
She got a PB as well that day. I think.
Yeah. So we ran ANSW half like a month before that together, and she got a PB there as well, I think. And then we also got a PB at Thingo, and we were always like 5 seconds apart from each other. She's always ahead, but she's just so strong.
Yeah.
She's so strong in like the last. She's insane. Like you just don't think she'll whip it out. She'll do it every single time. It's crazy.
It's just the hardest part of the race, obviously, as well.
Yeah.
To rally.
Yeah, and I just don't think I have any kick, like at all. And it's probably a product of not ever doing that pace, really, or like not ever, like not doing enough VO2 max sessions and stuff like that. Anyway, so that was pretty good. But her and Hopper, like, because Hops was pacing her at Melbourne half, so they were going out at like 3:55s, and I was like, oh, if I want to give myself any chance of like getting a PB, I should probably go a bit quicker. It doesn't matter if I blow up, but like at least I'm not going to speed up. Like I'm not really a negative split sort of runner. Like, it's more of a positive split.
Yeah.
But
me too.
it's a lifestyle. But yeah, anyway, so I went out like low 350s, and I always struggle. Have you guys done Melbourne half? Like I know you've done the marathon.
I haven't done Melbourne half.
Yeah, you've done the marathon.
Did the
But I
half
did the marathon.
once, but I was a bit sick.
Or you were not a fan of that race.
Oh, why?
Yeah. Oh, I went into it sick and got to like 10k and was like
Nah.
feeling.
And you went out
really
with lead
bad.
female as well.
Yeah, went out too quick as well.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
what year was that?
Oh, when was that? 2019?
Yeah, no, that was when I ran. Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
2019. I remember, I think it was like 70-minute pace or something like that.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
really
Well,
rapid.
I was fit back then.
I think you probably, you probably could have if you weren't sick.
I maybe not 70 minutes,
But,
but
like, yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Who was the lead female at the time?
I don't know. It was like African girl maybe.
Okay, yeah, because
Yeah.
I think they used to do internationals in that race, but they didn't this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was just apparently it's just a logistical nightmare to like get people across, and they wanted to like prioritize looking after Australian athletes, I think.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. It was all just like
yeah.
Aussies, like yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a bold move because you'd obviously get like I feel like it would generate income having international athletes. And I was talking to Tim about it. I was like, why, like, what happened to that? Like, surely that would, like, also get, like, eyes on the event as well, if it's an international thing.
Yeah.
Especially because there's so much competition with Sydney now with that trying to become a major.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, it was, like, just Aussies this year, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Really liked it.
But it still attracted, like, a really good field, though. Like,
Yeah.
it was, like, all the best Aussies.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Yeah.
I think they try and get all of them to race it. Like, I don't know how they incentivize them, but maybe prize money or something.
Yeah,
but
prize money.
yeah. What was I saying? I don't even know.
Oh, yeah. Race, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. And then
Yeah,
that's why I was asking, because do you remember the, like, 15K mark when you come back up St Kilda Road?
Oh, yeah.
So you come out of Albert Park Lake.
Yep.
Albert, like, I mean, yeah. And
Yeah,
then you, like, yeah. So then you turn left back up St Kilda Road. It's like a slight incline
Yeah.
back up. And it's so minor, but at 15
But at that point,
Ks, like, into a half. And I've raced it 2 or 3 times now, and it's always at that point where I'm just like, ugh, I'm alone, I can't be bothered. Like, it's just a slight hill, you're trying to take a gel, and it's just, I don't know, it's really rough. And then at that point, Aaron, like, flew past me. He is so annoying to race with. Oh my God. At Sydney 10.
What is he chatting or something?
Yeah, seriously, at Sydney 10, he was singing. He was singing behind me.
That's such an Aaron Skinner thing.
I know. Oh
Very
my God.
chatty.
It drove
God
me
bless him.
nuts. Like, because actually.
He was singing?
Yeah.
Like what? Like, what was it?
I don't even fucking know. Like a pop song? Like we ran past these speakers and it was like, I don't know, like Dua Lipa or something. And Aaron was like just getting right into it. And I was like, if you can fucking sing, like speed up.
Yeah.
Like, you're really not racing. And then he like just takes off like a rocket. And I'm like, well, now I feel like shit. Anyway, he like ran past me at 15K and like beat my time by like 3 minutes. So he must have been going pretty slow for the first 15 and then like foot on the gas. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder how. Yeah, interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't realise he was with you at 15.
Well, he wasn't really with me. He was kind of just went past. But I'm really bad with nutrition, like gels and stuff like that.
Yep.
I just like, I don't know. Do you think it's a practice thing?
Yeah, they reckon it helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough. Like, I don't know. Nutrition is just always like, I don't know. Like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Like it's a tough one. Yeah.
I know it's wrong, but I get to the point of taking a gel and I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. I can make it through the race without a gel. And yeah, obviously you can, but that's not the point. Like you're meant to get a pick up from it and stuff like that. But I got to 15K and I tried to take a gel. I was like, I'm going to like actually put some effort into trying here. Because I think like if I want to get closer to 80, I think that's going to be a big difference. Like I think it'd be pretty hard to run 80 without a gel. I don't know.
You reckon? I don't know.
You're kind of still in that zone where you're not going like too long, where you can kind of, if you can kind of, your body can kind of still push. I never used to take a gel until I started being coached by Sally, and she was like, take one before and like pretty much get as much caffeine into you as possible as well. So they were caffeine gels, and then take one probably around 12K ish.
Yeah.
Even for the half.
For the half, yeah.
Huh.
And I felt like the caffeine helped towards the end because it really starts to suck. Always, obviously, at the end of a half marathon.
Yeah.
So, what do you have, like stomach issues, or
No,
it's
I
just
hate
hard?
the taste.
Yeah, it's not.
Like-
It's not pleasant.
I just don't want to take it. Like I don't know. I open it and I'm just like, ugh. Like, this is gonna make me feel sick.
Because
Like,
if you're hurting as well, the last thing you want to do is like put a gel.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
How do you go with drinks? Would that be better?
I haven't tried it, but
Yeah, okay.
maybe it would be better. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that requires having someone there, I guess.
True.
Like give it to you. Which
Yeah,
is fine,
true.
But
Yeah.
I remember I had the Morton mix.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate the Morton mix.
You hate the Morton mix?
No,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I had it on when I was pacing James, and that was really good. Like that felt much better than the gels, but you do have the logistical thing of you have to have it
yeah,
actually set out for you.
Yeah.
You can't really. That's why gels like keep them. You can keep them on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind
Yeah.
of mostly going to be the option.
Why do you hate the Morton mix?
Oh, just the texture of it. And like,
the only thing
taste.
I've heard is that it's thick.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's just a
like-
weird consistency.
It's like it's like a bit of a smoothie-ish sort of.
Does it like
vibe.
turn it into a gel?
It's like
No.
on its way,
No,
but it's
no.
not quite.
Oh, that's
like,
not okay.
Yeah.
Nah.
But Yeah, I don't know. It's,
Is it liquid or is it?
yeah,
Like,
it's full liquid.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's that stuff you can like turn into a gel. Like
Oh,
there's
really?
powder you put with water and like you shake it and it turns into a gel.
Oh,
It's so weird.
Isn't that what that is? No. Is that the mix?
I don't know.
No, I think that's meant to be like a liquid.
yeah.
Like,
I think it's meant to be
okay.
like a water drink sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
yeah, I think Tailwind's my go-to, but it is.
Yeah.
It's still pretty sweet.
It's sickeningly sweet. Yeah.
Like Morton is less sweet, but
Yeah.
I just don't really like it that much.
Yeah. I think the truth is like you're not going to feel like consuming anything really.
No,
Yeah.
Unless it's like a
Force yourself.
cold bottle of water.
Yeah. But it's definitely easy to get down than a gel.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that. It's a good idea. But anyway, so I tried to get a gel down, and I just like, I mean, I'm not proud of it, but I just like gave up instantly and just threw my gel out. I was like, oh, fuck this, like I'll just finish it. And then I ran okay. It wasn't like the best run of my life, but it was a PB, so it was good. But it wasn't done very well. But I think having a coach who gives me like more specific sessions for it as well will help. Like I don't think I've done heaps along of tempos leading into half marathons, like maybe 8Ks or so, but I want to be really comfortable at that pace for like minimum 12K in a block before I try and break 80. That makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I remember when I went from like 75 to like 73, I did a lot with Sally, a lot more specific stuff at threshold.
Yeah.
And like just very half marathon specific work. I feel like that helped a lot. And some of the long runs were really brutal as well. That's one thing I haven't really done. I remember like she had me doing like fartlek sessions inside the long runs. So like 1K on. I can't remember exactly, but they were like hard. And I felt like they really helped me adapt. And then like 2K reps.
Yeah.
Were really solid.
2K reps are great for
Really
a half,
good.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Like 5 by 2K, if you can do that at the pace you want to run at, I think that's a huge confidence booster.
Yeah, I remember we got up to doing like 5 by 7 minutes, which is about 2K, a bit quicker. And those gradually just built out from like 3 to 4 to 5 within the block. And I don't know, just felt like it helped. And then the longer stuff on Sunday helped, you know, in the back stages of the half when you're really like starting to suffer.
Yeah.
You can kind of keep your legs turning over. Yeah. Which is, I don't know.
I think that's what's hard. Like, and I find that concentration's a massive thing in a half. I remember it in Melbourne like 2 years ago. I was running all right, and I literally just like had a lapse of concentration at 19K, and I was like, I was literally like looking at something in the crowd or something like that, and I ran like a 4:17K, and I was like, holy fuck. Oh my god, like that's not okay. And I was like, I would think the average was like 3:55 or something like that, so I was like, oh, that's not good. Like, but you don't mean to, you just like it's a fine line between zoning out and paying enough attention that you stick to a pace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like it's that pace where you think, for example, you get to like 12, 13K and you're like, I don't know, there's almost no way I can hold this pace.
Yeah.
But then you just, if you've trained for it and you mentally like can stay on, you can sort of hold it, is what I find. But sometimes if you ride that line too, like Sydney, what's it called? New South Wales half.
ANSW,
Yeah, like I faded.
Really this
hard.
year?
Yeah, this year went out too quick.
Yeah.
And then as you start to drop off, like in my head thought I was going to run, I don't know, like 72, but was nowhere near that. So then you spiral downwards because you're like, what's the point of like pushing? Yeah. Whereas if you're on track, you're like, go.
Yeah, totally. I remember this year at ANSW half, Buzz took me till 16K. I thought he was going to do the whole thing. And he went out, it's like literally hit 16K, and he was like, all right, good luck for the rest, just one park run. I was like, oh my god, don't leave me. And he was like leading a massive pack, and then all of a sudden I was at the front of the pack, and I was like, oh my god, this is too much. And he came up to me after, and he was like, sorry, I had gut issues. And I was like, fair, but also
you've abandoned me.
I feel abandoned.
Oh, that's funny. I think that's when the anxiety kicks in at like the last part.
Well, that's the worst part of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know, have you guys ever been paced by Buzz?
No.
He loves the whole like, oh, like one more park run,
Yeah.
Help me. Like,
I hate park
rides. I hate them. Like, they're so painful. Like, they're a full out 5K, but you're not tapered at all. It's on like a park with 1,000 other people.
Yeah. You're automatically at that part of the race, like, not one more park run, and you're just thinking of the worst experiences.
Yeah. But I think Buzz is like, I love park runs. It'll motivate you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, it's the worst thing to think about.
Buzz, if he listens, he's going to be like, oh.
But he is like incredible at pacing. Like, motivational.
Yeah. Do you find that helps heaps, like having someone there?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like he's a legend. Like he'll pretty much always jump into like the back end of the week, my session then.
Yep.
And like it's good for him as well because he's starting a marathon block, and a lot of the stuff I'll be doing will be like that kind of distance, but we might just be at different paces.
Yeah.
But he's good at like dropping little like cues to think about when you're running. Like I remember one session we did, it was like 8 by a K or something on the track. It was like the hardest session I've ever done. I don't know why.
8 by K.
It's a lot of Ks.
Yeah. Do you reckon? Like because you usually do 6.
Yeah, you usually do 6.
8's a lot.
Pushing to 8, you're still going like as fast as you would for 6.
Yeah.
But you're doing 2 more.
Yeah.
It's the intensity. If you can push them out like further if you're doing threshold, but if you're running hard, it's 8's a lot.
Yeah. I think that day we did 4 like a little bit slower and then 4 like faster.
Yep.
But I think I got to 6 and I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it through.
Yeah.
But he's like, that day he was running in front of me and he was like, I want you to think about like the eye of a flame and like the flicker of an eye of a flame.
Okay.
And I spent the whole K-Rap being like, what the fuck are you talking about? But it really helped, right? Like, does it really help? Because I thought about that the whole time.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, maybe if he was in front of me, so I was kind of just following his pace. But if I was pacing myself, maybe I would have gotten distracted. But like, it just really helps to have someone be like, think about this, or like, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good point. I used to really struggle with that like head noise during reps.
Yeah.
Yeah, training for like the 800, and I was in a squad where everyone was better than me.
Yeah.
And I was always just hanging on, and like you're just thinking like, shit, like this sucks.
Yeah. Did you train for 800s?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
It's just something
so
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, back in the day, a long time ago.
Incredible.
Yeah. But I was with like Ben Liddy and Central Performance.
Yeah,
It
right.
was, yeah.
Cool.
Very similar, that like real close-knit squad.
Yeah.
There's only probably, I don't know, 20 people in the squad, and that relationship with the coach, really good. Could relate to what you were saying there.
Yeah. So
But-
why did you move from really short stuff to longer?
Oh, I think I had the goal of breaking 2 minutes, and then
Once you reach that.
I achieved that, and I did one more season, but I just like wasn't really as up and about it for running 800s, and then started work, I guess, similar to you.
Yeah.
And was working in construction, and it was like long hours, and was struggling to make training, and then I met Smitty. We knew each other before, but
from school.
Smitty started running.
So where did you meet then?
School.
At school?
Yeah, we went to high school together.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
What high school?
Review?
Oh, no way. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, Lane Cove. I see.
Yeah. Smitty reached out and said he wanted to start running, and then I always wanted to do a marathon, I guess.
Yeah, nice.
Similar to you.
Yeah.
And we did the marathon with Smitty and went from there.
So what was your first marathon that you did? You did it together?
I did Melbourne. Tom did Canberra.
Okay. Yeah. So like Melbourne then Canberra, or Canberra and then Melbourne in the same year?
I did Canberra half.
Yeah.
And that was sort of like my first proper race.
Yeah.
And then I did Melbourne same year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So
how did you find Canberra?
It's good. I really like Canberra.
Yeah?
It's a little bit hilly.
Yeah.
But good weather.
Yeah, definitely.
And it might be a little bit slower than what you can run, but no, I really love it. It's just like such an awesome city.
I think Canberra's also coming at like a little bit more Melbourne-esque, like with the running scene.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's like the Telford squad out there.
Yeah.
And, they're all pretty cool guys.
Yeah.
We had Charlie Doherty on. He was really good.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know how we got sidetracked there.
Yeah. No, I was asking about Canberra course because I've never done it, but I saw someone put in the Delta chat the other day whether anyone was doing Canberra.
Yep.
And I don't think it's on my actually no, it probably isn't anyway because it's too soon, Tarawera. But I don't know whether it would be like worth doing. Like, I mean, it sounds good. I just don't know heaps about the event.
Yeah. No, it's really cool. Like the years that we've done it, it was like, me, Smitty, and a few friends all going there, and just like hanging out in Canberra was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always good to just go there. We went for dinner. Like dinner was good, and then just chill out. It's something different.
Yeah, and it's a cool city. Like there's all like it's similar to Melbourne, different suburbs with different kind of vibes and stuff.
Yeah.
And coffee's good.
Yeah. Running and coffee again. So
yeah. And like all the running there's really good as well. Like
I've heard.
So loved it. We went out to like Stromlo to warm up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The carpet was so good. Like the grass there was
sick.
amazing.
So nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, would recommend Canberra for sure.
Yeah.
You might not run a PB. I don't know. I've got my PB there, but it's still quick enough.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, maybe 2025.
Yeah.
Bit much on my plate first.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you thinking about marathon at any point?
Definitely. Definitely. But I think that like the marathon is not something I want to rush into. Like I'm only 22, so I've got time. And I've only been running for a few years. So like if I want to do the marathon, I probably want to do it like as well as I can, which probably means I would like train at 3-hour pace and see how I go. But I think that, I mean, I'm sure it's the same for males as well, but I think especially with female runners, I know that you get better with age. Like the more years of running you have in your legs and the more mature you are, I just think like the stronger you'll get through it.
Yeah.
And also just race experience. Like you'll get so much from it. And one of the things I want to like tick off a couple of times at least before moving to the marathon is like reducing my half time a little bit. So I think that'll help my full a lot. So if I can like work towards 80 minutes and get comfortably like 79x a couple of times, then I'd feel more confident in it, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think first marathon would be Melbourne, just because I love the course and I love the place, and also like I know that the setup would be really good. Like knowing Tim and stuff is really helpful, so he would like make sure I get special treatment. Which is nice. But yeah, like that makes a massive difference. Like knowing you've got like like a room for your bag and like bathrooms and whatever.
And
like totally. Which is something that like Meg and everyone got this year, and Amy and stuff like that. Which is just gives you so much more peace of mind.
Yeah. I've done Melbourne twice. I love it's really really good. I didn't get any special treatment. But I'll message Tim and be like, who the fuck's that guy? Like, oh, we got a podcast.
You guys could sponsor the event.
Yeah.
You could be the new FTK for the kudos. You could.
I think we're punters at the moment. Okay. Dom, do you want to do lifestyle, your little segment?
Yeah, sure.
You're gonna call it something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be like you can just call it.
Gotta give it a name. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is where the sponsorship can come in. It's like, okay, brought to you by.
Yeah, brought to you by
Tesla.
Actually,
did you remember?
No, but Dylan's brother works at Tesla.
Oh, really?
Like you guys
Tesla, they're like infamous for not having any marketing budget.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I remember when I was like, who would you want to sponsor? And you're like, I reckon like Tesla. I'm like,
that's such a random.
He wants a car.
Oh, you want a Tesla?
Why would they keep you a Tesla?
Anyways,
I don't know.
Running Lifestyle, sponsored by Tesla. What's your shoe rotation looking like at the moment?
I've got a lot of shoes, so it's pretty deep. But at the moment, easy running would be. I've always like loved the Hoka Clifton. Just loved it. I don't know. You know those shoes you just have like an emotional connection with?
Yeah.
So you're like, this is my first ever running shoe that really did me well. I just love it. Anyway, so I always have one of them. We actually just started stocking Adidas at Pace.
Oh.
Yeah, and we got their new mileage shoe called the Supernova.
Mm.
And I got it and I was like, this looks so boring. And then I ran in it and I was like, this is so boring. And then I kept running in it and I was like, this is getting better. Like,
What's it meant to be? Like easy?
Just easy.
Easy, similar
Just
to
mileage.
Nova Blast?
Yeah, probably less fun than the Nova Blast, like if anything.
Okay.
But I mean, not really, probably similar. But that first run I ever did in the Supernova was when we went to North Head. And I was like, oh yeah, like it's fine. Like it does the job sort of thing. But it just like is getting better, which is so weird. Like I don't have heaps of running shoes that do that, but that's really fun.
Yeah, I feel like the Clifton's like the opposite. Like I feel like when I put it on, I had one pair and yeah, at the start they were great, but then when they start to go, like it was terrible.
Which model number do you have, Dan?
I think it was the 8.
Yeah, if it's the 8, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
The 9 is a lot better.
Yeah, okay.
And it's a lot more like gutsy.
Right.
Like you'd sort of get to 400, 500 in the 8 and you'd be like, this is not, like it's feeling pretty crap. But like the 9 is way more durable.
Interesting. Yeah, okay.
Very different shoe, if you're interested. But yeah, that's easy running. And then like that mid-range I have like for like tempos, or if I want to do a hill session but I don't want to wear a carbon plated shoe, I would wear like the Super Blast, Asics Super Blast.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, which is like everyone's running in that at the moment.
I've gotten on that train at the moment.
Yeah, it's so really hard to get your hands on.
Yeah.
I mean, we got it early. It's like
super,
you and I.
Super expensive.
It is quite expensive.
Like $320. I was like...
For a non-plated shoe.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a really good shoe.
Yeah.
But I think they're clutching... Well, not really, because people prepared to pay for it. So, I don't know. But it's a good shoe. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's a great shoe. I think when it came out, we were all like, "Ooh, how are we going to sell this?" Like, it's a lot of money for a like, you know, if someone, and we're selling it as like a mid-range shoe, right? Like a lot of people do race in it, but if someone wants like a Vaporfly and they also need like a Clifton, and then they also need a Super Blast, it's like, holy shit, like that's $1,000.
Yeah. When you put it like that. Yeah.
But my other one in that range is the Hoka Mach X.
Okay.
You guys heard of it?
A little bit, but not too much.
Yeah. It's like it's a Hoka shoe that has like a plastic plate through it. Like a TPU plate. So instead of having a carbon plate, it's like somewhere in between. Like, you know the Endorphin Speed?
Yeah.
From Saucony?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like their version of that.
Okay.
Like it uses their fun foam, but it has like a plastic plate. So it's just really durable. Like, is it Marnie Ponton or something? Like one of their sponsored athletes got it before it came out, and she had like something ridiculous, like 1,100 Ks on it.
Yeah, she runs heaps,
and it was like, and like the shoe was in great condition after it. So that's really fun. And then like I would do most of my long runs in that, where I don't really like go fast, but like it's just nice to have a bit of assistance. And then racing, or like plated shoes, I would like train in Endorphin Pro from Saucony.
Yeah, I love the Endorphin Pro.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the 3 model that much. Yeah.
Oh, really? So the recent one?
I like the 1 and the 2 the best.
It's everyone's so divided between it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You were so into the 1.
I think it seemed like it changed a lot though, like
Very
with the 3rd model. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? How's it different? Is it?
It's like a real like wide base and like really soft foam, whereas like the old model was a lot more firmer and like not as wide a base, I guess. But it's more like I don't know, what shoe would you compare it to?
The Pro.
Yeah.
It's all, I don't know. It's like not like a Vaporfly at all. I was going to say, because that's like, that's almost its equivalent from a different brand, but it's like not similar.
But it's like, the shape of the shoe is like way different.
But I think it lends itself really well to training.
Yeah, good trainer, I imagine,
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think I was like more just expecting what the 1 and the 2 was.
Yeah.
For something similar. And it was a bit disappointed. Now like you can't really find anything like the 1 and the 2 anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
That was like the Pegasus, talking about having an emotional connection to a shoe.
Yeah.
Pegasus Turbo.
Oh, fucking it. That
1.
shoe causes us so much pain in store because everyone loves it.
I love that shoe so much.
Yeah. People come in and they're like, I want it back. And I'm like, I don't have any control over that. Like,
yeah. Can you ask Nike to please? I want it back. I'm going to put my request in right this second. It's such a good shoe.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I don't know. Like wore it at all, but people do love it.
It was just something that worked like for long runs. They felt good. They were super light. They had the Zoom X, I'm pretty sure.
Foam in it.
Yeah, and they just felt good. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was one of those shoes that clicked for me.
Yeah, you're definitely not alone because like everyone loved it.
Yeah, the 2s were good, but they weren't like the 1s in my opinion.
Yeah.
They just didn't feel the same, but they were still good.
Yeah.
Do they even have a equivalent now?
Yes, but to be honest, I don't know heaps about it. I don't sell Nike that much. Like Nike, their racing shoes we sell a lot of, but like their daily stuff.
Yeah.
You can get a lot.
Interesting.
Seems like you can get a lot of quality for like normal Pegasus. I got turned off for what? Like there's just like Nova Blast or so many other things I'd rather wear.
Yeah. Well, the thing going for it is the price point, right? Like
true. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's $190, and that's the only shoe that we have that's like below 200.
Yeah. Right.
Like everything else is 250 or so.
They feel very dead. Or
yeah,
like just
they
like
don't.
Flat.
Yeah.
They just like feel like nothing.
They're so unexciting. They're like the definition of an unexciting shoe. And some people like that. Like
it used to be pretty good though. Like the earlier kind of models.
I think that's when you compare it to like what was around then though, right?
True.
Like and now it's like
I guess everything else has changed and they haven't really kept up.
With their daily stuff, I reckon. Yeah.
Interesting. And
what else?
I got the Endorphin Elite from Saucony, at the start of this year.
That looks interesting.
Yeah, it was like I felt like I was floating in it when I first wore it. It was awesome.
They were super light.
Yeah, they use like what they call like an HG foam, and stands for like Holy Grail. Like it's like like it's the best foam. And that's really fun. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean I've raced pretty well in it, so I do like it. It is fun, but I wouldn't train in it. Like it's a pretty it's a very expensive shoe. It's like $400 retail, so it's kind of not the sort of shoe you want to be like prancing around in on a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's getting up there.
Yeah,
I think they're probably all the new releases will probably be around that price. Like I'm assuming the new Alpha Flies will be around that price.
Yeah, $380 or so.
Yeah.
We're getting like I've heard the other day that that shoe that Adidas shoe that
the Adidas Evo, whatever it is.
Yeah, the one that's like you can only use once or twice or something. Yeah. So Australia is getting 90 pairs of them.
90 pairs?
What? 90 pairs.
That's it.
I mean,
I regret not buying a pair.
Yeah, you didn't buy a pair. What, they had them for like $500?
Yeah.
Really? Where?
You probably could have sold them.
I think it would have been like $800.
$800.
It would have been $800.
You could have gotten like 4 times the amount of it for that.
Yeah, no, I should have got a pair. Oh.
Yeah. Were they selling them at Berlin?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. But, oh well.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it is a bit.
It was too much money. Like $800 on a pair of shoes. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
yeah.
800.
Yeah.
Also, was it 500?
I think it was like €400 or €500.
Oh,
I agree with you on that. Like, that's a lot of money for shoes.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. You wear it once as well. Like, you can't even train in it.
And like, how much better are these than like the Vaporflies or Alpha Flies? Like, surely there's not that much difference.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They break the world record in it. So
90 pairs. So that's it.
Yeah, and Pace is getting a few of them.
Okay.
So that's good.
Okay.
How are you gonna sell those? Because like.
Yeah, the logistics will be crazy. Like, no one's obviously allowed to try it on.
Yeah. But who will get? There's no shoe. Like, someone will just buy them online straight away, wouldn't they?
Probably. Yeah. Like, people are nuts
so
about
shoes.
Though. Yeah. People definitely have like emotional connections with shoes. So, like yesterday at work, this one guy came in and was like wearing a really old pair of On shoes. They were like super minimalist, like almost looked like On racing flats, but like anyway. And he was like, "Oh, they just don't make anything like that these days." Like, he points at the wall and he's like, "Look at all this stupid foam. Like everything's so big and it's just shit and like all this stuff." And I was like, "Oh, like don't come in and yell at me about it. Like I just don't. I know." And I was like, what am I gonna like? What do I say? Like, I'm so sorry. Like,
smile
I don't.
And wave for this.
But it's also like it's obviously gone that way because there's so much science behind it, and that's the trend. So like, you're actually not right. But I didn't say that. But
I think there's always like that group of people that are just like, oh, so much better back in the day.
Yeah.
With everything.
Everything. Yeah.
I feel like you've been that at some point.
Probably.
With what?
I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding.
Any other shoes?
I actually.
So, what was the last shoe you said? The
Elite.
Yeah, the Endorphin Elite. Yeah.
Elite,
I got the Adios Pro from Adidas as well.
Yeah.
Which I wore for the K-Reps on Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
And I was expecting to really like them, but I put them on and I was like, this is like not as exciting as I thought.
Huh.
But then Mitsu, a guy who works at he's the manager of the Crow's Nest Pace store, and he loves Adidas. And I went up to him because he was just, I don't know what he was doing at Gore Hill. He was like just jogging or something. I don't know. He was doing a session maybe. But I went up to him after and he loves them. And I was like, oh, they just weren't that exciting. And he was like, nah, wear them like 5 more times. They will become so much better.
Yeah, right.
But I said that about the other Adidas shoe as well. So I was like, maybe it's just a thing.
Is that the one Arthur loves?
Yeah.
Like with the rods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he, like, the way Arthur says it is that, like, the more you put into the shoe, the more you get out of it.
Yeah.
It's funny, I was doing my cool down with him. Was it you and him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him when he was like, yeah, they're really good for, like, if you want to go do, like, a 10K threshold or, like, 2 by 10 minutes or, like K reps or, like, 400s. I was like, dude, you're listing everything.
That's every session.
I was like, so what aren't they good for?
Oh, he loves those shoes.
Yeah, he ran Manchester.
Yeah, marathon in them.
Yeah, he loves them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting they've gone with the rods compared to the plate. Like,
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
No one else
They
is
must
doing
be
it.
Something
heavy.
different, I guess. But also,
But-
interestingly, the Supernova, their mileage shoe has... So they're trying to be consistent with the rod system in all of their shoes.
Right.
But they're obviously not going to put, like, carbon-plated rods into a mileage shoe. So they use, like, just average foam in a rod shape in their mileage shoe. So it looks like there's rods, but it's just foam.
Yeah, right.
So there's no purpose behind it. It's just, like, for consistency's sake.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Is it like the same type of foam or is it different
I think
foam?
it's
or?
the same. I mean, I
Oh,
could be
really?
wrong, but yeah, it's like it's not that exciting. It's just for a design thing, I think.
Yeah, right. Is it like noticeable when you're running it or
No.
not really? Yeah, right.
Nah.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Any Nike Vaporfly?
I had the Vaporfly ones, loved them. That was that was back when they were
while
first
ago, yeah.
coming out, which is so crazy. Because I remember I was with Ed at the time, and he was like, like you've got to get a pair of these for your run, and I was like, there's no way. Like it's it's fine. They can't make you run faster.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy looking back at their mentality now, like
Yeah.
when it's so obviously performance enhancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the 4%.
Yeah.
When I wore those, I was like, surely these can't be. I mean, well, I get sucked into hype heaps because I watch the. That's just me. I'm like, oh yeah. When I got the Super Blast, I was like, these are the best things ever.
Yeah. Well, they are.
They're great. And then I watched Kipchoge's Breaking 2
Oh, yeah.
documentary, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to try these. But they were really like made a massive difference.
Yeah.
Or you just feel like these are my fast shoes
Yeah.
as well.
But did you? So you guys both have the Vaporfly ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have the twos?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thoughts? Differences?
Pretty similar.
Pretty similar. I didn't really notice much, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
everyone says, like, oh my God, the ones are so much better, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't notice much. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the foam's, a little bit different. Like, the ones are a
Yeah.
bit softer, maybe.
The
I
upper's
can't-
really different too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I preferred. I don't know. Once I wore the Vapor 3s,
Yeah.
some bias was going on about how good they were, and I had to try them, and they felt so much better than the 2s in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently the threes are great. I don't have them yet.
They're
Yeah.
really, really, really
Yeah.
I
good.
don't know.
I love them.
Haven't loved the 3s. Like, I
Really?
feel like it's like feels like it's not as an aggressive kind of drop in it. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
you put the 2s or the 1s on and your foot's like ready to run.
Yeah.
Whereas these ones, it doesn't feel like that. It feels a bit more flat. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like because of that, when you hit the ground, the foam doesn't feel like it's propelling you forward as much. But
Don't know.
don't know.
Luke's like,
Yeah.
Couldn't disagree more with you.
boys, break it up, break it up.
Imagine Dom. What Dom?
But I don't know. Often
I would
it's
say
like-
that description is opposite.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
But obviously it's going to be different for everyone.
They do
Yeah.
feel a lot more bouncy though. Like,
Yeah, that's what I like about. I like they're in between. They were in between the Alpha Fly 1 and the Vaporfly 2. That's
Yeah.
what I felt.
Yeah.
And I think they just worked. You liked the Alpha 1, didn't you?
It was okay.
Not really?
It was just
Okay.
like a bit too much. Like, I felt like
Lot
I
of
was.
shoe.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
just I felt like I was overstriding in them.
Yeah.
Like, because you're just getting too much back almost.
Yeah.
Like
It's a heavy shoe too. Like you can like hear people, not heavy physically,
Yeah, it's like
but you can
clonk,
hear
clonk,
people
clonk.
clonking
Oh,
along.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
especially people who shouldn't be in that shoe.
yeah.
And like
Yeah.
if you hear like a big thud behind you in a race, you're like, that person's wearing an Alpha Fly and they should
Yeah.
not be. Like
Yeah.
they're running 5-minute Ks. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Well, not that you can't, but you're probably not getting as much out of it as
Right.
you would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like the Alpha 2s were even heavier. Like
The Alpha 2s?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were super heavy.
Yeah. I don't know the stats behind it, but assume they'd get lighter. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it's not. I don't know. It just felt like the upper. I don't know if it was different. It just felt like a very different shoe. It felt firmer.
Yeah.
But when I raced in even the park run just recently, they felt pretty good. I don't know. So, yeah. Anyway.
Any other shoes?
So many more, but that's the main ones. I've got a lot of shoes. I've got a bad habit for casual shoes as well. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
What's your favourite shoe
fancy
ever?
shoes.
my favorite shoe ever. They are my favorite shoes.
What?
These are Salomon's.
Oh, are those?
Yeah.
My brother's girlfriend has like some trail shoes, Solomon trail shoes, and she's like, there's
Yeah.
a trend or something.
Yeah, they're casual shoes getting really popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like this customer came into store yesterday and showed me this website where you could buy like they're brand new shoes, but like it's limited stock of them, so the price is like jacked up. And if you're like a men's 10, which is the most common size or whatever, and you want like the most popular color, they're selling for like $1,300. It's
out.
fucked.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane.
And it's so funny because those shoes are like just a trail shoe, but they
Yeah.
like cotton on to this trend.
Yeah.
And people like are just wearing them. I'm like, that's trail shoe.
Yeah, yeah.
You're wearing it on the dance floor. You're a friend again. Like,
Who's Fred again? You're like most popular artist of the year.
no.
Oh, really? Who was it?
It was pretty much like a mix between some classical thing because I put it on when I work.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so it's like and
That's a very Smitty.
there was yeah. There was a bit of Fred again. I don't know who the most popular one was.
Yeah,
Might have been
yeah.
some random classical person. That I
Yeah,
just
like-
because it's like the majority of
Tchaikovsky or whatever.
It's like for 5 hours a day I'll be listening to that.
It'll throw off the algorithm a little bit.
Yeah.
Favourite pair of running shoes?
That's so hard, but
You can't do that to me.
I feel like but like probably the Clifton is like
okay.
I just love like this is my first ever like proper running shoe where I just loved it.
Yeah.
I got like 1100 Ks out of my first ones, which
Wow.
I would hate myself now for doing that because I feel like now I know more about shoes and like shoe use and injuries and stuff like that through work over the past few years. You're definitely not meant to wear them for that long.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what do you
but-
tell? What's your advice on how long you would sort of keep a shoe for?
For daily trainers, like the general rule is like 600 to 800 Ks, depending on the shoe. Like for example, the Clifton 8 would actually be probably closer to 500.
Yeah.
But like, you know, the Nova Blast would probably be
Yeah, Nova
700.
Blast is so good.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
lasts forever.
Yeah. Did you try the new one that's come out?
No, I had
Feels
like
really
a pair
good.
a while ago.
Nova
yeah.
4s?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to try them.
Yeah.
How much are they?
230 still.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought they would have jacked the
price
price
has
up.
changed. Yeah, I know. I mean,
260 or something.
maybe they're 240 now.
Yeah.
But they're super affordable for that
Yeah.
like price range.
They're
Yeah.
great.
Great.
shoe. That's
I
like-
really like them.
Best
Cracking
shoe on the
shoe.
market, I reckon, at the moment.
Yeah.
Mm.
People love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. The Clifton.
Yeah.
And running lifestyle topics. Tesla, thank you. Any diet that you're following or diet tips?
Nah, just like intuitively eating, I guess. Like I'm a real snacker. Like I just don't get people who like have 3 meals a day and don't snack in between.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Like
No.
I go for coffee with a friend in like the suburb near me or something, and I'll bring like nuts and an apple, like to have like on the way and on the way back. Like I'm just like a real snacker.
That's a good idea. I think,
Yeah.
need to get back into my snacking.
I always
Yeah.
get starving before dinner if I don't like
Yeah.
snack, and I'm like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah. But nah, just like I don't know. I'm pretty like habitual with what I make. Like breakfast will always be the same. Lunch is pretty similar. Like dinner changes a bit. It was very different when I was like living with housemates because that was like, you know, you had limited capacity with like the kitchen space and all that. So
Yeah.
cooking's a bit more boring. But nah, no diet. Just like a lot of chocolate and peanut butter.
were
Really.
you
like-
seeing nutritionist or?
So I had in the past.
Yeah.
It was really good. Absolutely loved her. I don't see her regularly now, but she's like really good to just get like all your stuff in line. Like she does like full body scans and everything like that, and you know, you get your muscle mass from this arm to that arm, and like she's actually really helpful to just make sure you're being steered in the right direction.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a sports nutritionist. Like if you're a runner, she'll be like, right, your body fat percentage is super low, but that's fine because you're meant to be in this category as a runner.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're like a bodybuilder, like, I mean, maybe that's the same, low body fat, but you know,
different.
yeah, a sumo wrestler, you're probably going to have a very different body shape. And
Yeah.
all that stuff. But yeah, so I don't anymore, but she was good to like get everything in line.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's good with like all that external sort of stuff to do it like once.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
once you know forever. Like,
Yeah.
It's just like background knowledge, but
Yeah.
you can still always kind of fall back on it.
Yeah, and getting like little tips and stuff to like get extra protein in. Like
Yeah.
when I was probably under fueling, she was like, just bring a protein up and go to every single run you do and have it as soon as you get in the car. And I was like, okay. So I did that and it was super easy and I just did that and it really helped, you know. So little tips like that.
Interesting. Any supplements or?
I just don't stick with it. Like
Yeah.
I want to be that person who's like, yeah, I have magnesium every night.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in fact, I gave away my magnesium like pot yesterday to Josh because we went for dinner and I was like, dude, I'm just not using it. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can have it. Like, but
Because
no.
he just went to see.
Yeah, he saw the same nutritionist. Yeah.
Alright.
And that wasn't her recommendation, I don't think. I just, it's, you know, that pillar stuff? Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
brand pillar? Yeah, like sells
that was
like
thrown
hotcakes.
around stuff like when they sort of launched. Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone loves it. So
it's good. Yeah,
I
yeah.
tried to get into it, but I just like forget or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I just don't see the differences. So I'm like, well, what's the point?
Oh,
Well,
right.
well, there definitely is, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not very tangible. in
No.
a way.
Yeah.
I feel like I sleep a lot better.
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
better quality of sleep when I have it.
Did you not sleep well before?
Not really. I slept fine, but like
Yeah.
I just wake up feeling like more well rested.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just placebo.
Yeah.
What about caffeine or?
Oh, so much.
Yeah. Coffee. It's the best thing. You're right. This is the best thing ever.
It is. I honestly feel like my like tolerance is getting so much higher though. So like the
Oh, yeah.
effects are lower.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to get, I don't know, sometimes because I drink this coffee here, I don't think it's that strong, but when I get like a coffee from the coffee shop and it's
Yeah.
like strong, I notice it. I'm like
Yeah.
buzzing.
Yeah, it's such a
it-
great feeling.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah. So how much coffee do you have?
I'll probably like in terms of coffee before runs, I'll try and limit myself to only doing that before sessions and a long run.
Okay.
Because I feel like I just feel more alert and awake and
Yep.
like switched on when I have a coffee before. But I mean, there's actually been multiple instances when I like on my MLRs, they're like my least favorite run of the week on a Wednesday. I just usually feel super tired, and if I don't have a coffee before then, I've like fallen over a lot.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is so bad.
Yeah.
Falling over like.
Yeah, I just sack
Hit the
it.
ground.
Yeah, I saw the recent
Really?
one. It didn't look good.
No, I do
Yeah.
it like every few months. It's weird. Like,
Really?
yeah, I don't because I'm not a clumsy person. I just
Yeah.
like. Anyway, I just think I'm half awake sometimes, so I just like it's good for me to like be alert.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
I don't think I've not had a coffee before a run.
Yeah, I don't want to be that person.
Oh.
you know, like-
yeah.
I want to have
I mean,
some form of self control.
Yeah.
I'm coffee. I'm just like that's yeah. I don't have any
Yeah.
self control.
Yeah.
Do you have it just before you go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's great. Do you get the effect on like the perceived effort as well?
I reckon.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way I would do a race without a coffee before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like absolutely not. And then I'll have a caffeine gel. Like,
Yeah,
but I feel like on long run days, like when I have, like it's probably a double shot in the morning before the run, and then I'll have 1 or 2 caffeine gels, and then I'll go for coffee after with friends or something. I feel quite unwell after that. Like,
yeah.
It's a lot of
It's like-
caffeine.
A
Yeah.
lot of caffeine.
It's like 8 shots of caffeine
Yeah.
by like 10:30, and you're like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
Do not
I think I have
great.
a higher tolerance to caffeine now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have coffee?
Yeah. I love coffee.
Yeah.
You're grumpy without your coffee in the morning, Dom.
Yeah, very grumpy without a coffee in the morning. I think
Fair enough.
it lifts your mood a lot.
Totally.
And
Yeah.
yeah, definitely perceived effort is much better. But just 1 coffee in the morning and that'll do me.
Yeah. No, it's
But
fair.
strong coffee. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
So 1 coffee. That's it.
yeah, that's it.
No, you don't get like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at work. You're like,
Oh,
we're
definitely.
getting on
No.
the kick along.
I feel
Yeah.
like in the past I've kind of like done that, and then it kind of just ends up like sleeping bad, and everything starts getting out of whack. So just one coffee in the morning.
Yeah, I get like caffeine deprivation headaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
I'm being serious, because we went on a hike in Tassie at the start of the year, or like on New Year's, so half last year as well. And like, you're obviously in the middle of nowhere. You don't have like human contact for like 10 days. And the people that we were with like forgot the coffee,
no.
like they're just like tea bag sort of things, but with coffee. And I was like, I need to survive on that alone. Like, it's fine, we have them. And we were like a day into the hike, so like already 12 Ks out of like civilization. And they were like, oh, whoops, we forgot the coffee bags. And I was like, this is not okay.
This is critical.
Oh, yeah. And like by 3 p.m. the next day, I had such a blinding headache that I had to have like Panadol to calm it down.
Wow.
And then we ended up passing hikers that were going the opposite direction. And because they were at the end of their walk, they didn't have anything fresh. So we exchanged like oranges with coffee bags, which is pretty good.
Wow.
So it fixed itself, but definitely not a happy girl without coffee.
No.
I've never tried to not have coffee.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. It's bad.
I feel like when I quit smoking. I feel like it'd probably be more difficult, I reckon.
Oh.
Actually, yeah, never mind.
It's
I
not
mean, they're
like-
both drugs.
Yeah, I feel like I could go without coffee, but like I'd just be like
Miserable.
yeah,
And like poorly functioning.
yeah,
Yeah.
but not like craving it. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like I need to have coffee.
Yeah.
It's funny when you get used to it. I mean, nicotine still is a plague for me. Like when I'm drinking or something like that, it never
Yeah.
really goes away.
Yeah,
Yeah, I reckon that would be a harder one to keep.
It's really, it is quite.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
running lifestyle. Any gear or equipment that you're running with as well?
Not heaps. Like I'm mainly a road runner, so I just don't I just go.
Yeah.
Like, it's not heaps to carry. I'll always carry a spy belt, like to put your phone in.
Yep.
Because I'll often have like headphones or keys or something like that.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you run with a phone?
Yeah, I run with the phone, but just carrying in my hand. It's
Oh, really?
bloody annoying. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah, right. Do you as well?
annoying. I normally don't run with my phone.
Any like music?
Yeah, but it's on the watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, mine used to do that as well. Yeah.
Super. But normally running with someone for a lot of it. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, running with
Yeah.
someone's fine. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but when I trained on my own, obviously, music was a
Yeah.
must-have.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. It's
I
pretty
love
wild
it.
going out for a run, like nothing.
Yeah, it's probably good. I reckon like if you were ever to do like a long run, it'll be good to not have music
Yeah.
because you're like simulating if you're doing a marathon. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it makes it so much better. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
easier to
Yeah.
get through training.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And there's just that song that comes in when you're, I don't know, just lifts
I listen
you.
to a lot of
Yeah.
podcasts when I run.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I've tried and I feel like I'm focusing. I don't know. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
mind podcasts every now and then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like running ones or like any.
Mostly running, but yeah, a bit of everything's good. Yeah.
Yeah. I was
And-
listening to the Nick Jeffrey episode when I was on my like
Yeah.
15K MLR the other day, and I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like shit.
you don't get the ticket.
Damn it.
My favourite part was when he had the feud with The Rock at Centennial. And I was like, two times, I'm like, it's not going to give you anything back. He's like, no, I reckon it will. Anyway.
Oh, that's fair enough. Older
Yeah. What watch are you running with?
Garmin 945.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you can have the music on that one.
Yeah, you probably can. I haven't figured it out.
Okay.
Because I used to do it on my old watch, and I could only figure out how to play one playlist, and
Yep.
it always went in the same order.
Yeah.
Yep.
So before the next song came on, I would start singing it because I knew the order so well.
Yeah, yeah.
And it drove me nuts. Like,
Oh.
so I couldn't figure it out. So I just run with the phone now.
I think, you have to like download the app itself on the computer and then sync it.
It's just very difficult.
If you're used to it.
Yeah,
it
I'm
doesn't
also
make
really
difference.
bad with directions. So if I'm running anywhere that I don't know, I'll need my phone.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's-
would be.
like they've got the map on the watch, but it's
I haven't
can't
figured
see
out how to
anything.
use it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bought like a, I think it was like the Phoenix just for that function pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm doing trail running, I need to
Yeah.
know where I'm going. And then like I tried to use it and it's like, oh, I can't see anything on this map anyways. Like,
Oh,
it's
really?
useless. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of trail runners have used the map function.
Yeah, so I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll just run with my phone. It's fine.
I
Yeah.
felt like when I was doing that thing with James, I had it loaded on my watch, and it would like buzz and tell you if you're on course or not. And
Yeah.
I'd point in the right direction.
Yeah.
And then like it would kind of just, and I feel like that helped.
It's like your phone maps, right?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
your phone. Yeah, a little bit. At least if you know, like, you make a wrong turn, it starts to be like buzz at you, and then
Yeah.
like say you need to go back. So I
Yeah.
found
Yeah,
I found that pretty
That
helpful.
could be good.
But to
Yeah.
look at actual map, it would be very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend who I went out to the mountains with a couple weekends ago used her watch like map thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it was incredible. Like she knew
Yeah.
exactly where we were going.
Yeah.
And there was so many trail options.
I think it probably is good. You just need to know how to use it.
Yeah. Anyway, all the gear, no idea. Have it all, don't know how to use it.
Is there much mandatory gear for Tarawera?
Yeah, I think there is a fair bit,
Yeah.
which I'm hoping to borrow off people because I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm going to do it again. So I
Yeah.
don't want to get the whole like
It's pretty
jacket.
annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
expensive.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And I think like it's obviously fair that they are cautious with it.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it is like for people who are going to be there out there for like, 10, 12 hours for the 50, which hopefully I won't be.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Is
Yeah.
that the end of the segment?
That's the end of the
Cool.
segment.
Good segment. Thank you, Tessa.
Right, probably wrap up.
You got to do your phrase or whatever you
Yeah,
say.
no. We got one more question.
okay.
We normally end on asking what's your favorite race and why. Yeah, what's been your favorite race and why?
Good question. I do love like the mass participation races that everyone does, like Sydney 10. Like just everyone gets amongst it. Like it's hard and it's like not that scenic, but I don't know, the atmosphere around like going to brekkie after with your run club and like all that. I love how everyone gets into it. And same kind of concept for anything like Melbourne or Gold Coast or something
Yeah.
like that.
Gold Coast is going to be good.
Yeah. Oh my God. I booked flights yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a big
Qantas has
group.
got a good deal going on.
Okay.
Get on
I'll
it.
have
probably
to,
get on that,
probably have
actually.
to get on the flight.
Well, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. I was like, because Josh and I are staying there together, and I was like, let's just book it together now because it's not going to change. We're definitely going up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I threw you
Anyway, no, that's my answer. Like just
off. Those bigger.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, probably Melbourne. Like I have like a bit of a soft spot for Melbourne half, but like the same concept applies for Sydney 10 or Gold Coast or anything.
Yeah.
Just where everyone gets amongst it. I love
Yeah.
it. It's really fun.
So good.
Yeah, those big. There are the staples that everyone does.
Yeah, totally.
Gold Coast was super special when everyone, because there was like so many people go up for it, and you
Yeah.
got so many people doing the half and the full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the double day is really fun as well.
Yeah, and then there's going to be the party house.
I'm so excited.
Are you in the party house?
I think I'm in the party house. I don't even know what you're talking about, but I'm in a house with a lot of people, so I think I'm in the party house.
Yeah.
Are you in the party house?
No. I'm staying with family. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'll be going to the party house.
Oh great.
Yeah.
The party house has a pool.
Does
wow.
it?
Yeah. It's a big party house.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, I just didn't look at the price tag for it. I was like, I'll just come, just tell me what it is.
Anyway. Cool. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you for joining.
No
It's been a great
worries.
episode.
That was fun.
Yeah, I think we've been recording for a while.
Yes, sorry.
No, that's good.
Yeah. I don't even know what time it is. Oh my god, it's 6. Whoops.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, thanks for joining, and good luck at I don't know how to pronounce it.
Tarawera.
Tarawera.
It's probably not how the Maori
Yeah, I
name
think they
pronounces
say it a
it,
different
but-
way, but yeah, Tarawera will do.
And see you at training.
Cool. See you then. Thanks, guys.
See ya.